evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Football 2022, the start of the state championship defense. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo for the moment. Dawn Morgan on assignment helping out our sister station here in Roswell. We'll cover Gateway Christian, but she'll be with us here shortly, hopefully around halftime. So here we are. Last time we were with the Cats. They were hoisting the Big Blue Trophy on the blue turf at home. But a new season begins today, and a tough matchup awaits them in the Roswell High Coyotes. Of course, the Coyotes, a 5A football team, and they are seated right now number 4 in the state. Lovington, number 4 in 5A, I should say. Lovington, number 1 overall in Class 4A. You would expect that with as many kids as they've got coming back, and as the defending state champions were 10-2 a season ago. For the Wildcats, Ashton Aranda returns to pull the trigger for the Wildcat offense, and that is a big return for the Wildcats. Of course, Ashton spent a little time on the DL last year and was spelled by Wyatt Gomez, who is also going to see time at least in the defensive segment this year. Aranda is a senior this year, so I know he's going to be looking for a very big senior season. Now then, for the rest of the offense, also a big returner is on Dallas Cardenas, the sophomore running back who came on big as a freshman late in the season and led the Cats in rushing. It was a huge time for that young man. So, those guys back. Of course, receiving core, that's where, they've got some experience, but they lost their 3 biggest receivers from last year in Henson, Hilliard, and Aguilera. We wish them the best of luck moving on, but a lot of kids who saw significant time at the wide receiver position last year going to see significant time. It'll be interesting to see which ones of them step up, like DeMarcus Thompson. I know he'll be seeing a lot of time. Alec Holguin, the sophomore, he saw a lot of time last year as well. Probably going to see Anson Marquez get a lot of time as well for the receiving core for the Wildcats. For the defense, and really for the offense too, it's going to be a lot about the lines. They lost a lot of veteran leadership and frankly a lot of size too on those front lines. It'll really be anchored by Jaden Bosquez, who had a great year last year. Israel Rodriguez, also a senior, going to see some time, and Angel Sanchez, who also saw some time last year. So, we've got a lot of new faces in new places, but excited and getting ready for this one. Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout, and we'll come back and continue with your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR. The Stone Oilfield Services pregame show continues and wraps up. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight over at Gateway Christian, helping out our sister station here in Roswell, but she should be joining us here in just a few minutes. That game already in running clock in the early second quarter. Of course, a full night of football tonight for all Lee County, and hope we get the same result that we got last night with the, of course, Jowl Panthers starting the season with the big 65-0 blowout of Tucumcari. But Eunice is in Tucumcari tonight to play Raton, and you got the Hobbs Eagles taking on that team from up north that wears purple. And that's at Watson Stadium on our sister station, Cool 95.7. The Tatum Coyotes on the road in Magdalena taking on the Steers. So 4 Lee County teams in action tonight. The Cats are in the home white uniforms with the blue letters and numbers, Cats in script, on the helmets for the Roswell High Coyotes. They are in the all red home unis with the red helmets in the big block R on the side. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing as the Cats are out ready to go under head coach Gonzalez. Of course, Coach G winning the championship last year. I think he should be credited with 2 for the COVID-shortened season, where they did win that short season in the bowl game. And under the direction of Coach Jeff Lynn are the Roswell High Coyotes, longtime coach of the Coyotes. Very successful last year. Roswell only 5-6 last year, but they went undefeated in district. And in that district, that is saying something. Should be a good matchup tonight. The Cats number 1 overall in Class 4A, ranked number 8 overall in the state of New Mexico, according to Max Preps. And Roswell High is the number 4 preseason team in Class 5A. So a 5A, 4A matchup as the Cats special teams trot out onto the field, and we are just about ready to go. Again, forgive the camera work if it's a little shoddy in the early going. I am flying solo until Dawn Morgan gets here. So the Cats won the toss, but they deferred. They will kick it off, and they will be defending the north end zone. As we prepare to kick off, about 85 degrees at kickoff, a light breeze out of the northwest. So that's what they're going to be facing weather-wise. A beautiful night for football here in southeast New Mexico. Some storms around, but didn't see anything with any lightning in it, and nothing right here in the general vicinity of Roswell. And again, a little bit of a mea culpa here. I actually forgot my rosters. They're sitting on my desk at home, so I'm going to be going back and forth just a little bit. Thanks to Coach G, though. He got me an updated roster right as I got here, so they had some number changes. So I appreciate Coach G always taking care of me. Lovington Schools always taking care of us very, very well. So we can't say thank you to them enough. So for your Lovington Wildcats, teeing it up to kick it away, it'll be Lucas Contreras, the senior place kicker. He had did a whale of a job 1 year ago, and I'll see if I can catch the number of the Roswell deep back. I think that is going to be Manny Fuentes, the junior, back deep, maybe Robert Truex. But so Contreras, he's got it teed up at the 40. We are ready to go as the kickoff in the 2022 season is underway from here at the Wool Bowl. Roswell High, that is Truex, fields it at the 5. Tries the starburst. It is on the turf and just having to rug for it and fall on top of it for the Roswell High Coyotes is Isaac Loya, who avoids complete disaster, but good coverage down the field for the Wildcats. So it'll be Roswell High football. They will have it 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. 2022 football season underway. And I did, I'm kind of going back and forth on the rosters here. A little bit of catch as catch can, and it looks like it will be Truex as the quarterback. He is just a freshman, so Truex is the quarterback, gets it, throws it over the middle, and overthrows his intended target. Truex was trying to get Sebastian Mendoza out of the backfield. So Mendoza misses it, and so now it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Roswell High Coyotes. So 2nd and 10, we are underway here in the first quarter. Man for Roswell bringing the play in from the sideline. Lovington going to put 3 men across the front. As Truex again going to be in the shotgun. Pardon me, that's Fuentes, not Truex. That's number 8, Fuentes. Fuentes with it, going to run the option, look over the right side, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield, still on his feet, back about the 2, still on his feet. He is in the end zone. That should be a safety, is it? No, they're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. Great pursuit by the Lovington Wildcat D. Is coming in a big way was Bishop Sawyer. So Sawyer with the sack on Fuentes. So Fuentes going to lose all the way back to the 1-yard line. It is an 11-yard sack, and so now it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 21 to go. So 3rd and 21, Lovington's defense coming to play. So now on the doorstep, look for Lovington to bring the heat. Fuentes going to go up under center, sends a man in motion, hands it off, counter tray up the middle, a little look, and it's going to get a few yards out. And we do have a flag. Looks like coming in on the near side. Not sure what that's about, or maybe the running back lost the ball for a moment, trying to catch the number of the young man who ran that one. And so I believe that was Malachi Mitchell. So I'm going to give it to Mitchell. So Mitchell gets about 5 yards on the gain. So it is 4th down and a whole long way to go. And the punt is going to be blocked, and the Cats fall on it. Put 6 on the board. The special teams touchdown for Lovington. They blocked the punt, fall on it on the end zone, and the Cats have struck first, as I believe that was Drevin Powell, the senior, coming up in a big way with the block and the score. And the Cats special teams show up. 6 on the board. The Cats are in the lead. One thing that Coach G loves to do, and it's a big deal for him, special teams. They had huge special teams last year and coming up big here, and Lovington takes the early 6-0 lead, 10:24 to go here in the first. Point after to come as Contreras on for the extra point. And a hard count as the kick is up, and it will be good, but I don't know. See if we jumped or if they jumped, and they're going to say offsides on Roswell High. I'm not sure if you can even take the result of that. I think you can, which would be the point after is good, but nope, they're going to make them re-kick it. So Contreras will re-kick out of the hold of Olguin. Olguin looking over to the sideline to see if that's for sure what they want to do. They want to go ahead and kick it again, or if they want to go for 2. So it is a 1-yard penalty on the Coyotes. As I am furiously scribbling notes over here. And now they are shifting. They are going to go for 2. And Olguin gets the direct snap and pushes it into the end zone. Puts 2 more on the board. The Cats are in the lead, 8-0 early. 10:24 to go in the first quarter. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. A punt block by Powell, and then a 2-point conversion after an offsides penalty by Alec Olguin. And the Wildcats strike first. The special teams draws first blood on the 2022 season. They lead this one 8-0. I'm TJ Miracle from high above the Wool Bowl. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Dawn Morgan will be joining us from Warrior Stadium across town here in just a little while. Dawn helping out our sister station here in Roswell with Gateway tonight. So Contreras will tee it up at the 40 as the Lovington defense, a huge time, their first time out. as Contreras will put the big boot into it. It is back, and Truex will field it at the 2. He's just going to keep it himself. He's across the 10 to the 15, 20, 25, and going to be upended at the 25. And a huge saving tackle there by the Wildcats, and Hagen Lazardo upended Truex. But a good return for Truex out. See where they're going to spot him officially. I think it's going to be about the 26-yard line. Now let's see for sure where they're going to put it. Taking a long time to mark the football. Coyotes in negative territory so far in this ball game. And okay, yeah, they're going to put it at the 25. Option pitch out to the left side as the big bruising back, number 22 for the Roswell High Coyotes. Going to get about a yard there, and that's going to be Bryce Sanchez. So Sanchez, let me reset the scoreboard here. So he gets just a yard. Good coverage by the Wildcats. A 2nd and 9, and a little screen pass attempted, and that one is in and out of the hands of Mendoza off the pass from Fuentes. So incomplete, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Again, if the score bug, or 3rd and 9, I should say. Again, if the score bug or the video's a little behind, I apologize. Again, kind of feel like an octopus with hives up here. I am moving all over the place. Empty set in the backfield. Fuentes by himself. Pressure comes. Slings it out near side. Going to be tipped at the line, but it'll be completed. And an arm tackle missed. And coming on down the sideline is Roswell High, breaking it free and going all the way to the house. One man to beat, and they're going to say that he stepped out before he could get in. As making the completion, Weatherby. So Weatherby going to be out at the 4-yard line. It'll be a 70-yard completion. Lovington has got to tackle better than that. They had him at about the 35, but the arm tackle missing. And so now it'll be Roswell High setting up 1st and goal from about the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 4, the big play for Roswell High has them knocking on the Wildcats' door. Fuentes from the shotgun. He's going to shift everybody over to the left side. He's got the big bruising back Sanchez with him. And whistles sound as Coach Jeff Lynn is going to call a timeout. So with 9:31 to go, 1st quarter timeout taken by Roswell. We'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. The timeout as they have a 1st and goal on the Lovington 4-yard line. He saw something that he did not like. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. 9:31 to go in the 1st. Lovington leading this one by a score of 8-0. Hope you are doing well on this Friday evening. So 1st and goal for Roswell High as they are on the Lovington 4-yard line. Well, it'll be Fuentes from the shotgun. He's got Mendoza in the backfield with him. 3 tight ends bunched up over on the left side. Kind of think maybe they're going to run that way, and they're going to hand it. And a little left side counter traying into the end zone. Sanchez. Nobody touches him, and he will put it in for the Roswell High touchdown. So just like that, it is a 2-point Lovington lead. The big play of 70 yards, which should have been stopped after about 5, turns into a Roswell High touchdown. And they just ran the big boy Sanchez right up the middle. On to attempt the extra point. Good snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, but it goes wobbly. That may be wide left, and it will be wide left. So the point after is no good. And with 9:26 remaining here in the first quarter, it's Lovington 8, Roswell High 6. We'll just keep it right here and say a big thank you to all the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat Sports possible here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, also the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Couldn't do it without Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, and Devon Energy. Of course, don't forget, we've got your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up at halftime. Dawn Morgan will be joining us, hopefully right around that time as well, courtesy of our friends at Bob's Thriftway. Bob's Thriftway call to the sideline as Dawn will be patrolling that. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who makes this possible. Of course, if you would like to add your business to Lovington Wildcat Sports, you can contact the Walmart Digital, One Radio Square. My name's TJ Miracle. It's TJ Miracle at knowmark.com, or you can just call KZOR and they can get you in touch with myself or with your sales representative, Aaron Forrester or Al Loback, Rosa Smith, or Rosie Barrera. We'd love to have you as part of the broadcast. And, of course, don't forget, we've still got our 1,000 challenge going on. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, somebody gets $100 of my money. So still trying to get there. So tell your friends and family, subscribe. It might just get you $100. So it'll be Roswell High's turn to kick off, and it'll be a low line drive. Going to go over to the left side. Lovington going to field it back at the 10. Coming to the near side, that's Olguin to the 15. Running east-west instead of north-south, trying to get to the corner. Gets to the 20, 25, 30, and he is going to be wrapped up and punched out at about the 32-yard line. But Olguin with a pretty good return there, and as Lovington in good field position. So it'll be the first offensive possession of the 2022 season for the Wildcats after the return by Alec Olguin. Our first chance to see Ashton Aranda on Dallas Cardenas and crew out this season. So a lot of new faces on this squad. Well, not new faces, and not even necessarily in new places, just maybe some of them in a little bit different roles than you're used to seeing. And, we had a flag on the play, and I think they're going to say an illegal block in the back. Yep, that's what it was. And that can sometimes happen when you spread those plays out like that, is you get an illegal block or a clip or a hold, and that's what it is. So it'll move Lovington all the way back to the 22-yard line. So it must have been a hold because it's a 10-yard penalty. No, it's a 15-yarder, so it was I didn't see the call, but that would indicate an illegal block in the back or a clip. So it'll be Lovington football. Offense takes to the field. First down and 10. 4 receivers set, 2 left, 2 right. From the shotgun is Ashton Aranda. Cardenas in the backfield with him. Throw it left side, has a man, and just going to dink and duck. It'll be a 5-yard completion over to the far side, and that'll go to number 3, Cesar Gonzalez. So Gonzalez, 5-yard pickup. Hey, you'll take what they will give you. So second down and 5. If I mistakenly, and I'm going to apologize to Caesar in advance, if I say Adam Aguilera, it's because I'm used to seeing the number 3. But I will get his name before the end of it. Split backs in the backfield and fake the handoff. Ashton going to keep it himself. Big hole up the middle. Crosses the 25. Steps out of a tackle at the 30. Coming near side. Stiff arms a man to the 35-yard line and pick up 17 and move the chains. First down, Wildcats. So the first down of the ball game for the Cats is Aranda coming through and then having to dip and dodge and dive and duck and any other D's you can think of to get out of the way of that one. But a big gain, 17 yards. Hits him up to the 34-yard line, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats right there. The first and 10 from the 34. See, that'll be a 12-yard gain, pardon me. Still early in the season. Send a man in motion. That's Olguin. The ball is on the ground. Aranda rolls near side, needs some help, throws it on the sideline, and it is going to be out of the reach of Anson Marquez. But he did a nice job to get that after just kind of the blown snap there. Got to be very careful early in the season. You have something like that, protection tends to break down very quickly. Lovington leading this one 8-6, 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Season opener here at Roswell High in Roswell, actually at their shared stadium, the Wool Bowl, which is not a bowl, but you get the idea. 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right. Aranda gets it, hands it off right up the middle, and no room to run, really. Maybe a yard gained by Cardenas. I'm pretty sure that was Cardenas as they get the red pile off of him. Double check that. See who came out of that. And actually, no, that is going to be number 24. So that'll be Cayman Ochoa. He saw some time last year, so a 1-yard gain for Ochoa, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Or actually, 3rd down and 9, pardon me. So 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. Send twins left, twins right from the near hash mark. Single back in the backfield, send a man in motion. That is Olguin from the left to the right. Aranda throws it across his body and just going to skip it in to his intended target, Olguin. Good coverage and pressure over there by Roswell High, number 5, number 24. Pardon me. And so it'll be 4th down for the Cats, and you got to think punt time with 3rd down and 9. Of course, Coach G, the G sometimes does stand for go. Looks like he may send the punt team out, but something tells me that he may actually punt it this time. So on to do the kicking duties is Brennan Garcia. Big offensive and defensive lineman who also happens to be a very fine punter. Roswell High looks like they are going to come after it as Brennan will get it, and he will kick it away. It is a high end-over-ender. Going to bounce at the 25 and then go sideways as Lovington will come down and tap it down. But a great punt by Garcia as that one is tapped down. Double check that number. I believe that's Hagen Lizardo again, number 15. So it'll be up to the Lovington defense again. Lovington hanging on to a 2-point lead, 8-6, 8:04 to go here in the first. So Roswell High will have their 3rd offensive possession of the ball game. Lovington just won. Lovington score coming on a big punt block by Powell, who fell on it in the end zone. No Fuentes from the shotgun. He pitches it over to the left side, looking for some running room, and finding some running room is number 4, and he's going to drag a man with him all the way out to about the 45-yard line. It'll be a 19-yard gain for that young man, and let me get you his name. Again, I'm going back and forth between electronic versions of rosters here, and that's going to be Hernandez, Christian Hernandez, but he gets the first down for Roswell High, and they're going to throw it near side, and that one is going to be picked up off the turf, but we got a flag on the play. That one moved quickly. They threw that one quick. They may have an offsides on one of the receivers. Near side, that was Mendoza, maybe on him. We'll see what the call is going to be by that official. Actually holding on Roswell High. A 10-yard penalty for Roswell High and move them back 10 yards. So you'll take a replay on that one from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20. So they'll move them all the way back to the 35-yard line where they'll set it up 1st down and 20. 7:49 to go here in the first quarter. Of course, first game of the season, you expect at times a little bit of sloppiness for both teams. You know, first time they've really had live competition that wasn't their teammates. I mean, I know they had scrimmages last week, but now it's under the Friday night lights, and it starts to really matter. So it'll be a 2-receiver set near side. Len likes that. He's got 2, make that 3 tight ends over on the left. As Fuentes, 3-step drop, no pressure, has time. Going to wing it down the middle, has a man open and gets him in stride, and that one is going to be complete to Weatherby again, down to the 25-yard line. So that'll be a 40-yard completion from Fuentes to Weatherby. 110 yards for both of them. Both completions coming to Weatherby, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Roswell High on the Lovington 25. Again, the big play has been what has done Lovington in thus far. So inside Lovington territory, Fuentes hands it off and coming back, running over the left tackle. Going to be number 22, Sanchez, and he's going to get, let's see where they put him, about 3-4 yards. Brennan Garcia in the middle. They're going to give him a 4-yard gain on that one. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. So 2nd and 6 for Roswell High. Fuentes from the shotgun, going to just hand it off again. Coming near side is Mendoza. Cuts it back at the 10 to the 5. Drags a couple of Cats with him down to the 2-yard line. The tackle going to be made by Anson Marquez, but he's going to come all the way to the 2, and so it'll be a 19-yard gain for the big boy Sanchez. He's got 25 yards on just 4 carries, and now it is 1st and goal for Roswell High. So knocking on the door, Lovington's jumbo defense going to have to see what they can do here. Send a man in motion right to left as they are going to pitch it and into the end zone, as diving in is going to be number 9 this time for the Coyotes. That is Peyton Kennard. So Kennard from 2 yards out with the Roswell High touchdown, and that gives Roswell High the 12-8 lead with the point after to come. The Roswell offense is not showing any trouble so far. They sputtered in their first possession, but since then they've used a couple of big plays and have just run it right down the Cats' throats. And a flag on the play. I know it's not delay a game. And we're going to have an illegal formation for Roswell High. So their 3rd penalty for 16 yards and move them back 5 yards to attempt the point after. 12-8, Roswell High in the lead. 6:46 to go here in the first. So move them back. That'll put them at the 7-yard line. Get the 8-yard line. Now they're going to go for 2. You've got to know they are. As Coach Lynn halfway out to the hash mark questioning the call. Coach, if they line up illegally, there's nothing you can do about it. They will go for it as Fuentes from the shotgun. He looks left, throws left, comes back across the middle and in and out, but it'll be a push, and that'll be pass interference. They're going to get Gonzalez for pass interference on the push-off on the far side. And so we'll get to try it again, this time from the 1-yard line. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty for Lovington, 2nd penalty of the ball game. We saw this a lot last night on extra points at Jowl, on extra points and such, with just a lot of trouble getting them off without penalties of one sort or another. Oh, it's a half the distance penalty. It goes from the 8 to the 4. So a 4-yard penalty. And now we'll try it again. Sanchez will be the lone back in the backfield with Fuentes. Send a man out wide to the right, other than that jumbo package up front. As Fuentes thought he was going near side, but he'll just sidearm sling it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So they will get it back as that one is complete. And with 6:46 to go in the first quarter, it's Roswell High 14, Lovington 8. We're back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. The Coyotes take the Wildcat punt, drive it right down the field, and punch it into the end zone with Kennard from 2 yards out. The 2-point conversion is good, and with 6:46 to go in the first quarter, it's Roswell High 14, Lovington 8. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. I'm TJ Miracle. As we've got a ball down on the field. Kennard is the kicker. He's going to have to reposition that. With Evie Stuber in studio, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan will be joining us here in just a little while. She is on assignment tonight, helping out our sister station here in Roswell with one of their broadcasts when their crew was unable to do it tonight. And so Kennard with the high end-over-end kick as Perez, or rather Cardenas, just going to watch that one go and bounce into the end zone. So bring it out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cats will take over. First down and 10. First and 10 from the 20. Wildcats trail by 4. Now we're going to be looking to get the offense in gear. One thing, and anytime you win a state championship, it has been a good year, but one thing you could kind of talk about the Cats last year, Don and I dubbed them the cardiac Cats. They had so many come from behind wins. They would get down 2, even 3 scores at time, and then in the second half have a furious comeback. Whatever works to win ball games. Hope we don't see that tonight. I'm not sure my heart could take it. So Aranda from the shotgun. He's got Cardenas as the deep back. Actually, he's going to go up under center now, and he's going to pitch it. Cardenas tries the left side, still looking for blocks to develop, and we got a flag on the play as he reverses his field, and he's going to be brought down back inside and at the 5-yard line. And I have a feeling it'll be a hold on Lovington, but I have a feeling they're going to wave that off and take the result of the play, which is a 15-yard loss. Waiting on the call from the man in the white cap, and he signals it the other way, and it will be holding on Lovington. Is he going to decline it, though, and take the result of the play? I think I would. And I think that's what Coach Lynn is telling him, is decline the thing. And, yep, they are going to decline it, and so it'll be a 15-yard loss for Dallas Cardenas all the way back to the 5-yard line. Ouch. So it'll be second down and 15, or second and 25, rather. Not sure my yard marker goes that high. Yep, there it goes. So second and 25 for the Wildcats all the way back at the 5-yard line. Not quite second and Dexter, but getting close. From the shotgun, Aranda with it, throws the screen near side, gets it to Marquez, and he's going to be hit immediately. Might have gotten a yard out of it. Anson Marquez, the completion, it'll be a 1-yard gain, and so it'll be third down and 24. Ouch. So credit where credit is due. Roswell High was on top of that one. So third and 24 as we hit the halfway mark of this first quarter. 4-point lead for Roswell High. Lovington, though, is yet to figure out really what is going on. Special teams touchdown. The offense has not gotten on track. They're going to split trips out to the right side, one to the left. Lovington moving right to left on your radio dial. Aranda bobbles the ball and is just going to have to pick it up. Gets it off the turf, has a hole up across the 10 and to the 10, and just has to take a man with him, but it'll be a pickup of 4 for Aranda on the blown play. Aranda, 2 carries, 16 yards, but now it is fourth down and 20. So going to be punt time again for the Wildcats. So Brennan Garcia will be kicking it away. And back deep to receive. It'll be, he said that young man was Isaac Loya. Yep, Isaac Loya, number 23. Back deep to receive. Garcia to punt it from his own end zone. Roswell doesn't really come after it. A high end-over-ender from Brennan. Going to be fielded by Loya at the 50, to the 45, to the 40. Has a seam to the 30, to the 25. Still on his feet inside the 20. On the far sideline to the 15-yard line. And yikes, a big return there for Roswell High. Has them knocking on the door again. A new set of downs and flip the script. Great punt from Garcia, but just not great coverage down the field for the Wildcat O. Or rather for the Wildcat special teams. So Fuentes and company will go back to work. Lovington putting 4 men on the front this time. Pitch it over to the far side, and stiff arming a man is number 4 as he gets across the 10. That is Hernandez down to about the 9-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 7 for Hernandez. 2 carries and 26 yards for Hernandez. It'll be second down and 3. So second and 3 for the Roswell High inside the Lovington red zone. Man in motion left to right, and they pitch it to the motion man. He comes near side to the 5, going for the corner of the end zone, and he is in, and he is there for the touchdown. That is Mendoza on the motion sweep. So he will take it in from 6 yards out for the touchdown. And another 6 points put on the board for Roswell High as they're now up 20-8, just like that. Just a quick note, the Gateway Christian game over. They won 51-0. My partner in crime, Dawn, over at Gateway Warrior Stadium. The point after attempt is up and kicks through and is good. So with 4:38 remaining here in the first quarter, it is Roswell High 21, Lovington 8. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Roswell High takes a big special teams return to the 15-yard line and then punches it in a 6-yard touchdown on a wide receiver motion play. And the point after is good. They lead 21-8, and the kickoff is going to be back, and it's going to be fielded back at the 15, or rather at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, running right up the middle. That is going to be, that's Gonzalez on the return. Pretty good return, gets it up just shy of the 30. First down and 10 for your Lovington Wildcats. No, pardon me, that was Cardenas, number 33, not number 3. That'll be first and 10, 28-yard line. That's where it'll be spotted officially. 4:31 to go, Lovington trailing by 13 points. 21-8 is the score. So 21-8 the score. Wildcats going to be looking to get some of those points back. Aranda from the shotgun, 4-receiver set. Hand it off to Cardenas. Has a hole up the middle. He's to the 35 and a shoestring tackle at the 40. Looked like Cardenas had it blown out of there. It'll be, they're going to say, at the 40. So it'll be a 12-yard gain for Ondalis Cardenas. A shoestring saving tackle for the linebacking core for Roswell High, as that was Damian Quesada with the shoestring tackle, but it'll be a first down for the Cats. Just their second of the ball game from the 40-yard line. Ashton from the shotgun. Cardenas in the backfield with him. Hand it off, Cardenas again. Going to try the left side this time. And he's going to be down at the 45. Was still on his feet, but they whistled him dead. And, oh, we got a man down on the field. I think that may be Aranda. That wouldn't be a good thing for the Cats at all. Cardenas with the 5-yard gain, but we do have a Wildcat down on the field. So with 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, injury timeout. We'll return on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Alec Olguin is the Wildcat that is down. He is backing up. I guess maybe just got the wind knocked out of him just a little bit on that last play. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan will be joining us here in just a few minutes. 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. A lot of scoring, but unfortunately most of it done by the team in red, not the team in blue and white. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Make that 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. After the last 4-yard gain by Dallas Cardenas. Again, let me catch up my scoreboard here. So 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Ashton from the shotgun. Barks it out, sends a man in motion. Hand it off to Cardenas right up the middle. Big hole across the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Cuts it back to the 30. Dragon Coyotes with him down to the 25-yard line and move the chains. 1st down, Cats. He's going to take that one 25. That is 31 yards for Cardenas right up the middle. Great blocking by the big boys up front to spring him to get that one. So the Cats going to go to the running game and move the chains. So inside Roswell territory, the first time the Cat offense has managed to penetrate. Now let's see if they can find some traction. Twins to the left, Twins to the right. Aranda with the count. Fakes the handoff, and it is on the turf and fighting for it, and Roswell High going to have it back. That one, as Cardenas not ready for the handoff, thinking that it was a fake, and now we've got a fight on the field. As Roswell High going to celebrate and say something that Lovington didn't like. So Aranda with the fumble. And so that'll be the first turnover of the game for the Wildcats, and it'll flip possession. They had something going, but just couldn't get it back in time. So turn it back over to the Roswell High Coyotes at their own 30-yard line. Lovington can ill afford mistakes. Already down by 13. Fuentes on an end around, hands it off. A huge hole to the 40, 45, still on his feet to the 50-yard line. A 20-yard gain for that young man. Estrada, number 13. So a 30-yard, or rather a 20-yard gain, and it'll be the 6th first down for Roswell High, and they get it right to midfield. So Fuentes right at midfield. Hand it off to Mendoza, and he's just going to bowl right up the middle. Crosses into Lovington territory. It's going to be a 4-yard gain for, Sanchez. And so it'll be a 4-yard gain. So 2nd down and 6 after Sanchez with the 4-yard gain inside Lovington territory. Roswell High can just afford to kind of grind things out if they want to. Hand it off. Nope, actually keeping it himself is Fuentes. He's hitting the backfield, and he is going to be dropped. Great job by the Lovington defense to come in as the charge being led by Ezekiel Guzman. Zeke comes in and sacks him. It'll be a 7-yard sack. 2nd sack of the ball game registered by the Wildcat defense. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 13. So 3rd and 13 after the sack. Fuentes with it. Time slings it across the middle. Complete to Weathersby as he's back to in Lovington territory at the 48-yard line. So it'll be a 5-yard completion. Weatherby has caught all 3 of the completions tonight from Fuentes. 115 receiving yards, and it is 4th down. So 4th down and right about 8 to go. And Coach Lynn is going to go for it inside Lovington territory. 90 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Now business is picking up. Now he's going to shift it out. And a fake snap, and yep, they go for it. They complete that one to number 12, and he tiptoes the sidelines and is finally going to be pushed out at about the 15-yard line, as that was Mitchell. So Mitchell gets it to the 15, 16. Let's see where they mark him, where he tiptoed out at the 17-yard line, but it's still good for 30 yards. So a 30-yard completion as the snap to Fuentes goes to Mitchell. That is 145 yards through the air for Fuentes, and the 7th first down for Roswell High. Great to have you with us. Opening game of the season. Lovington over the years has just had their problems at the Wool Bowl here, whether it's been against High or Goddard. So new set of downs, and The handoff going left side and just pouring through is number 4. That is Hernandez. So he is going to be all the way up into the 6-yard line. So it'll be call it the 7-yard line officially, which will be an 8-yard gain. So 2nd down and 2. So 2nd and 2 as official timeout. Are they going to want to measure this? No, they're going to say they're going to give him forward progress with a 1st down. So it'll be 1st and goal, and they're going to hand it off to Hernandez again on the left side sweep, and he backs into the end zone for the touchdown. And another 6 points for Roswell High. Lovington's defense just not able to hold. So Hernandez, the 7-yard touchdown run. And he's now got 40, doing math is never my strong suit, 43 yards on just 4 carries. And Roswell trying to turn up the heat against Lovington, 27-8. They have scored 27 unanswered points since the Wildcats drew first blood. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and it is going to be good. So with 1:03 to go in the first quarter, it is Goddard 28, Lovington 8. We'll return in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. A fumble turns into a big drive for Roswell High as they punch it in from 7 yards out. The point after is good. The touchdown going to Hernandez. And Kennard with the point after as he puts the ball back on the tee. So 28-8. Roswell High is turning up the heat against Lovington. They need to get the comeback going as it'll come to one of the up men across the 30 to the 35 to the 40 with some room to the 45 and out near midfield before finally going to be run out of bounds. And, a little pushing and shoving afterward. Ryan Weiser. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the varsity, young man. He did see some time last year, and a good return for Ryan as one of the up men, and will get it right at midfield. So 1st and 10 for your Lovington Wildcats. The Cats from just shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 49 inside their own territory officially. So under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Cats trailing by 20. Twins left, Twins right from the near hash mark. Aranda trying the hard count. Roswell not biting on it. Looks over, going to change the play at the line now as the play clock rolls at 10. Aranda gets it, hands it off. Cardenas, little stutter step. Now he takes it back to the right side. Going for the right corner across the 40 to the 35 before finally being bumped down. But it'll be good for 16 yards for Dallas Cardenas. Move the chains, 1st down Wildcats. 49 yards on the ground for Cardenas in just 5 carries. And the thing you got to remember about that, his first carry, he lost 15 yards. As Don Morgan will be joining us here momentarily. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 35-yard line. As Ashton going to try the hard count again, now changes the play. Twins left, Twins right from the far hash mark. Now he's going to shift Cardenas over to the right shoulder. Ashton with it, good snap, 3-step drop, wants it all, goes across the middle and has a man and 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats, Cesar Gonzalez. Welcome to the end zone, young man. as he gets it from 35 yards out, and the Wildcats answer. Cesar Gonzalez, the 35-yard catch on the bobble, but Aranda gunned it in there, and the Cats are back in business. So now they cut it down to just a 14-point lead with the point after to come. So Contreras on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Alec Olguin. High snap, Olguin handles it, and Contreras puts it down and puts it through. And with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, it is Roswell High 28, Lovington 15. Back in a minute here on KZOR. A 35-yard strike from Ashton Aranda to Cesar Gonzalez, and the point after is good, and the Wildcats have cut the Roswell High lead back to 28-15. 43 combined points in the first quarter of this one, and we've still got 30 seconds left in this first quarter. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan patrolling the sideline. She'll be joining us here in just a few minutes. We'll welcome her into the broadcast. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight. And thank you for being tuned in wherever you happen to be around Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world on KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the C94 KZOR app, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, please subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. We would appreciate that. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. So Contreras will come up to the line, and he'll put the boot into it. It is a high end-over-ender, and that was going to sail all the way out of the back of the end zone. And so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Yeah, getting a big touchdown. Yeah, that'll definitely help the old feelings a little bit if you are the Wildcats. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Roswell High from their own 20-yard line. I'm going to have to find the light switch in here before too long. They didn't take the lights out. Getting a little dark for me. See my stat sheets. There we go. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 20. It'll be Coyote football. Fuentes on the delayed blitz. Almost gets it clipped. Manages to complete the pass, and it'll be out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Gets it to Sanchez, but he's only going to pick up a yard or two. Call it a 1-yard completion. So the 1-yard completion makes it 2nd down and 9. So 2nd and 9 for Roswell High. They lead by 13. Fuentes with 2 receivers to the right. Make the handoff to Sanchez, so the wide receiver screen near side to Mendoza. He's got a room, makes a man miss to the 25, to the 30, out to the 31-yard line, and he drags a Wildcat with him. As on the stop there for Lovington is going to be number 26. That's Elijah Rivero, and that'll end the first quarter. After 1, it's Roswell 28, Lovington 15. We are back in a minute on KZOR. After the first quarter, it is Roswell High in the lead, 28-15 over the Lovington Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. Evie Stuber in studio, engineering and producing. Dawn Morgan will be joining us field side here in just a little while. Hope you are doing great on this Friday night. So, trying to figure out what's going on 300 miles from here is not really my specialty, but we're working on it. So it'll be first down and, it'll be 1st and 10 for Roswell High School. As back out as we flip ends of the field. Empty set in the backfield this time for Fuentes. He sends trips left and one right. Now Coach G is going to take a timeout. So before we get underway in the second quarter, another timeout. So we'll take that timeout back in a minute on KZOR. Out of the Lovington timeout, now we will be ready to start this second quarter of action. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Empty set in the backfield. Fuentes wants it all. Has a man by himself down the middle and cannot hang on to the football as in and out of the hands of Mitchell, who was wide open. The ball a little bit underthrown, but that had touchdown written all over it. Lovington dodges a bullet right there. And Dawn Morgan, are you with us?
Yeah, definitely. Nobody even close to him. The closest Wildcat was number 24. And luckily, he just could not hang on to it. Turned around the right time, had the timing perfect, just too hot to handle.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 as the handoff going to come over to Sanchez. And he goes over the right side and is going to get out to about the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Sanchez. Only 29 rushing yards for Sanchez, and it'll wind up being 3rd down and 7. And again, I'm a little behind on the score bug, so please bear with me. So it'll be 3rd down and 7, an important 3rd down here for the Wildcats, trailing by 13, just underway in the second quarter. Send a man in motion. They will flip it to that motion man. He comes around the near side, and he's got a little room, but Lovington closes it off quickly, and knocking him down as trying to go for it was Mendoza. Nice job by the Wildcats and number 50, Angel Sanchez, to keep him from getting another big gain.
And also number 3 right there, right in on that stop.
That's Cesar Gonzalez, who had the touchdown earlier. So it'll be 4th down and about 5 to go for Roswell High. And you got to think Coach Lynn is going to go for it. Last time they showed punt, but they went ahead and ran a trick play. Lovington has to be aware of it here, and now whistles sound, and Lovington going to burn their 2nd timeout in less than 2 minutes. So 10:43 to go, a pivotal 4th down coming up. We're back in 1 minute on KZOR. it is muffed, and Roswell High is going to get an absolute gift and get it back at the 30-yard line. They punted it. Lovington not able to handle the punt, and so a new set of downs inside Lovington territory for the Coyotes. Ouch, that is the second turnover of the ball game for the Cats.
Yeah, and costly. Again, that was Cesar, number 3. It just went through his hands. He looked up, tried to run with it before he really had it. And he's aggravated at himself, but now you just got to play it.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. It is Roswell High football again, and now whistle's going to sound. I think maybe Lovington's coaches are saying that, the chains weren't in place yet. Thought they may have been saying they encroached on him. Didn't give him a chance to cleanly field it. He did call for the fair catch. That's not the case there. So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Roswell takes advantage of a gift. So the handoff to Sanchez as he's going to get about a yard. Tries over the right side and gets about a yard out of it, but no more than that. As Lovington going to stand him up and move him backward. Looked like Israel Rodriguez over there on the stop, and also Brennan Garcia helping on that tackle. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. So 2nd and 9. Roswell High football inside Lovington territory at the 30-yard line. 10 minutes to go in a slow-moving first half. This is Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Good snap. Fuentes handles it. Steps up, comes left side, and in and out of the hands of his intended target as they found a little soft spot in the Lovington zone there and managed to get it in, but not able to hold on to it.
Really good pass coverage by number 20, number 8 for Lovington.
Sigala was the intended receiver. And so now it'll be 3rd down and about 9 for Roswell High. They lead this one 28-15, scored 28 unanswered after Lovington blocked the initial punt and fell on it in the end zone. So fake the handoff, rolling right side. Hit as he throws, and that one is going to be a tip ball, a tip drill, and it is complete and into the end zone on the tip drill and up and in for the Goddard touchdown. Was that 20 or 30, Dawn?
I believe that is 20.
So that is Sigala 30 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. First touchdown pass for Fuentes. He's got 187 through the air. And another 6 points for...
It was number 30 who caught the pass and went in with it.
Okay, number 30. All right, so we'll change that. That was Apodaca. So 30, Apodaca. As I'm fighting mosquitoes up here, sorry.
Looks good.
And the point after is going to be good. 9:47 remaining in the first half. It is Roswell High 35, Lovington 14. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. A 30-yard tip drill touchdown pass from Fuentes to Apodaca. The point after is good after a muffed punt, so the second turnover turns into another touchdown for Roswell High. They lead 35-15. Back here at the Wool Bowl, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan patrolling field side tonight, courtesy of our friends at Bob's Thriftway. And Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. As Kennard has it teed up at the 40, he'll come up, he'll put the boot into it. It is a low line driver, going to be a squibber. Fielded on the bounce at the 20, to the 25, to the 30 by Gonzalez, out to the 32-yard line before he is gang tackled by, I think everybody in the stadium that was wearing red right there. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 32. So the Wildcats with some work to do. I was talking earlier, Don, that we called them the Cardiac Cats last year. They were kind of comeback specialists, and going to have to be one of those kind of nights tonight if they are going to come back from this deficit, down by 20.
Yeah, they missed a good opportunity at keeping possession of that ball, turning it into a score a while ago, but they turned the ball over instead. Maybe they can catch up here.
So it'll be Aranda from the shotgun, Twins left, Twins right. Tries the hard count, low snap. They've had some trouble with that. Ashton going to keep it himself, but he is going to just fall forward, and he's actually going to lose a yard. That'll be the first sack of the night, and that will be credited to number 54. For Roswell Goddard, and I didn't get my Goddard roster either. And that's Damian Casada.
Yeah, Damian Casada.
So Casada with the first sack will make it 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, you've got the Lovington roster. I've got Roswell's.
I've got both of them electronically. Okay. So Twins left, Twins right. 2nd down and 12. Cats in a 20-point hole with 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Ashton changes the play at the line. 3 men across the front for Roswell High. Hand it off. Cardenas brings it in. A little hop move. Gets it across the 35 to the 40. Out to the 45. Dragging men with him to near midfield and move the chains. First down, Cats to the 47-yard line. 17-yard gain for Ondalis Cardenas. 5th first down for the Cats.
Now that's power rushing right there.
6 carries, 66 yards for Ondalis. And you got to remember, his first carry was a 15-yard loss, so he's gotten that 66 yards and 5 carries since then. 12, 5, 31, 16, 17. I think just keep feeding him the ball. Twins left, Twins right to the near side. Aranda from the shotgun on a 1st down and 10. And now flags fly.
I think we're going to have a delayed game maybe.
No, there was still time on, and yeah, they're going to say delay of game.
Yeah,
how can that? Well, there was 9 seconds left on the play clock. I don't know how that can be, because I'm looking at the play clock down in the north end zone, and it still says 9 seconds. So I'm not sure how that works. 3rd penalty for 25 yards against the Cats, and so it'll be 1st down and 15 on the delay of game. So after the delay of game penalty, 1st and 15 at the 42-yard line. Cats trailing, but trying to mount a comeback. Twins left, Twins right. Roswell High shows blitz. Cardenas going to split out. Aranda under pressure, rolls near side. Looks and is going to be flushed and is, almost a horse collar, but is going to go out of bounds. He was looking to pass, so that will be a coverage sack for number 7, and that's going to be a 4-yard sack. 2nd sack of the ball game for Roswell High, and so it'll be 2nd down and 19. Yikes. So 2nd and 19 now for the Wildcats.
Wildcats need to get fired up. It's really quiet here on the sideline.
Good crowd on hand for the Wildcats. Pretty good crowd on hand too for the home red. So now Lovington going to split trips to the left, 1 to the right. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton looks over to the sideline, going to change the play. Now he's got what he wants. He's ready to go. Good snap. Hand it to Cardenas. Starts it to the left, bounces it back right across the 40. High stepping out near the 45-yard line. Going to pick up 8 and a little pushing and shoving afterwards.
Man, he is just so tough. He's really hard to bring down. And there were three Goddard guys all over him.
So that'll make it, it's a 3rd down and 11 now for the Wildcats. So Cardenas just keeps running it. I think the Cats need to concentrate, and I think they need to get a score on this possession. Lovington will have the football first to start the 2nd half, but the defense has had trouble stopping Roswell tonight. Roswell High shows blitz from the near hash mark. 3-step drop for Ashton on 3rd and 11. Double pump fake and gets it across and tries to get Gonzalez, but no good, and he comes up wanting the flag, not going to get it. So incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 11. So I noticed Lovington kind of wrapping up Gonzalez on that one. He was upset he did not get that call on the pass interference. It was tight coverage to be sure. Yeah, and they just said, hey, you can't do that. The refs are not going to let you do that.
Yeah, he was in a sandwich for sure.
So Lovington going to go for it on 4th down and 11. Twins to the left. Trips to the right, a 5-receiver set, empty backfield. Roswell High looks like they're going to bring 3. And Ashton just going to quick kick it. And it makes a good bounce at the 30, down to the 20, still rolling inside the 15. And going to be killed down at the 10-yard line on the punt. So a good quick kick there from the Lovington quarterback. And that will pin Roswell High back deep at their own 10-yard line with 7:10 remaining here in the first half. It'll be a very interesting conversation. I have a feeling with our coach's conversation from Bob's Thriftway at halftime. Where's Bob's Thriftway? One of our great sponsors, along with Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Davin Energy, Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, and the Lee County Electric Cooperative. 35-15 is the score. So Roswell High with a 90-yard field looking in front of them. But Lovington has had trouble stopping them so far. Fuentes going to come up under center this time with just one man split out wide. Fuentes going to hand it off up the middle and no room to run. And Lovington says they got the ball as it popped out of Sanchez's hand late. And it will be Lovington football. They get the turnover from Sanchez. Great defensive pressure and the turnover.
It's a good break for Lovington, but man, they've got a lot of work to do here.
Forcing the turnover, Brennan Garcia also in on that turnover, Angel Sanchez. So first and goal for the Wildcats. They will have it first. They did. First and goal from the 7. So
Couldn't ask for better field position.
Yeah, Roswell High tried to get a little cute on that one, and it comes back and bites them. So now it'll be Lovington football, first and goal from the 7. Knocking on the door, Twins left, Twins right. Aranda is the quarterback. Send a man in motion, that's Gonzalez. They're going to hand it off to Cardenas. Comes around on the right, sweep and into the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats on Dallas. Cardenas cashes in the fumble, and the Wildcats have cut the lead back to a 15-pointer. 14-pointer, pardon me. 21 points on the board, so 35-21. Cardenas, 8 carries, 81 yards for the Wildcats.
Good defensive pressure and good heads-up play by the defense, really forcing that turnover and setting up that TD. And now let's see if they can convert.
So for the point after, Contreras out of the hold of Olguin. And the kick is up, and it is good, but there's flags everywhere. That may be offsides, and we may have to do it again. As flags flew everywhere. Maybe a false start on Lovington, or it could be offsides on Roswell, not sure. Now, let's see what they say, and they're actually going to say, and it is good, and they're going to wave off the They're actually going to wave off the penalty. Nope, actually it was an illegal formation by Roswell, so I think they'll assess that on the kickoff. So that'll make it a 35-22 ball game. Lovington back to within 13, 7 minutes remaining in the first half. We're back in 60 seconds on KZOR. Wildcats force a fumble, and then one play on the handoff to Dallas Cardenas puts it into the end zone for the touchdown. The point after is good, and they will mark off. Wow, that actually, I think they changed that to a personal foul penalty. Yes, they did. So personal foul penalty after the kick on Roswell High. Moves them all the way into the 45-yard line. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. This might be the place to try the onside kick, Dawn.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity. And knowing Lovington, I mean, they have certainly done it a lot in the past. You would think that they would try it here. Let's see. I think if you played in percentages, that's the way to go here.
And they've got Contreras, who is a very good kicker, and he can definitely get the high bounce and let his speedsters go down and get it. No, Contreras going to come up, and he will just boot it away. It's like he's kicking a field goal, and actually it is a field goal. It's good, but they don't get points for it. So bring it out to the 20, and I guess they're thinking just make them work on as much field as they can. 7 minutes exactly remaining in the first half of a score fest here at the Wool Bowl, as we've got 57 points on the board, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter yet. Wow, wow, wow. And Dawn, I'd like to say thank you for joining us. I know, and I'm sure that our friends in Roswell over at our stations here would say thank you. You were actually covering the Gateway Christian game today.
Yeah, it was Gateway versus Rama, and it was Gateway all the way, as they won that one 51-0, and it was mercy timing,
rule.
Yeah, mercy rule. It was done by halftime. So
back to the action here. As Fuentes from the shotgun this time, going to hand it off to Sanchez as he's right into the line, and no room to run as Lovington going to trap him up and drop him after just a 1-yard gain. They like to put it in the big boy Sanchez's hands, but he's only managed to break one long one today. Lovington has done a nice job containing them. Unfortunately, they've lost a couple of other running backs for Roswell. And 4 big pass plays have not hurt their numbers either. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Coyotes. 6:28 remaining here in the first half. Fuentes from the shotgun. He's got Sanchez in the backfield with him. Looks to pass. Comes across the middle, and he's going to have a man. That is Weatherby out to the 28-yard line before he is grabbed and spun down. That's Gonzalez again, who's had a whale of a ball game. It'll be an 8-yard completion to Weatherby, and it'll be an important 3rd down and 1. 123 receiving yards for Weatherby. So 3rd down and 1 to go for Roswell. Lovington going to show blitz, and flags fly as Roswell jumped. As Lovington was showing blitz and coming in hard was Ryan Weiser, or Weiser, I should say. Ryan came in hard, and that should be false start on Roswell. It will be. That'll be their 5th penalty of the ball game for 36 yards. And move them back, so it goes from 3rd and about 2 to 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7, an important 3rd and 7. Lovington trailing by 13 with 5:40 remaining here in the first half. And it hasn't been a defense optional game. It's just big plays. And now timeout going to be taken by Coach Jeff Lynn. He wants to talk about it, facing a big 3rd and 7. This is going to be a very interesting Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show, and a very interesting Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation, I have a feeling, Dawn. So what are you seeing and hearing from down there after that fumble? It looks like maybe the energy has come up a little bit for the Cats.
Yeah, definitely. I had mentioned that it had gotten very quiet over here, Lovington, knowing that they had shot themselves in the foot there. And then they caught the break that really was because of good defensive pressure and forced that turnover and turned it into, had great field position, turned it into a score. And Lovington, I think most teams are like this. They feed on success. So once things start turning their way, to get a break and get a good play, get a score on the board, then that energizes them. And now I think they realize they don't trail by that much. And this game is certainly within their reach. So they're capable of putting some more scores on the board, pulling ahead, pulling into and then ahead of Roswell if they can. And if they could manage it by halftime, that would give them great momentum going into that second half.
Well, it certainly would, and they do have the first possession of the second half. Just on that note, they won the toss but deferred, so that could be a big swing for the Wildcats. So a big 3rd down and 7 to go for Roswell High. They lead by 13, trying to keep a drive going late. Lovington shows blitz again. Fuentes under pressure, slings it over to the left side, has a man, and he's got room across the 35 to the 40-yard line. And again, that's Weatherby. How do they keep losing him? Move the chains for Roswell High as he's going to be out at the 38-yard line. It's a 15-yard completion to Weatherby.
He's just so quick. He's a small player, and he has speed, and he just squirts through a lot of tackles and holds. You look around, and there he goes, luckily, there was somebody tripped him up, and I didn't see which Wildcat did.
I think that might have been Weiser out there. Weiser or Cardenas, and the pitch goes to the far side. Sanchez with some room to the 42, to the 45. Finally going to be pushed out as he crosses the 45 and near midfield. Nope, they're going to say at the 45 is where he stepped out, so it'll be a pickup of 7 for Sanchez on the pitch. So 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain, 34 rushing yards for Sanchez. So 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. Low snap, it's handled and just handed off up the middle, and that'll be enough for the first down as running his way through is Hernandez as he's going to pick up into Lovington territory. That'll be a 7-yard gain for Hernandez. He's got 50 yards on 5 carries, and it is another first down for Roswell High. That is their 10th first down of the ball game. Twins to the left, a couple of tight ends on the right side, and the little fake, and they're going to get it near side. And coming around and cutting and getting out of it and keeping the move down is number 13, still on his feet. Goes backwards and down to the 20-yard line, but I have a feeling that this one is going to be coming back.
Yeah, there's a flag right at the 50-yard line, so it was thrown pretty early.
Let's see who that is, and that's Josh Estrada.
We have a Wildcat down. I think it's number 4. I think it's just cramps. Looks like calf cramp. And one of the coaches is out working that out, but everybody's gonna take a knee and wait for him.
Yes, they are, and judging by where the flag is and the way Roswell's acting, I'm thinking it's probably a hold on Roswell High. I don't know why I've done this all day. I've wanted to call him Roswell Goddard. Has been and it is a 10-yard hold.
Yeah. And I always have to catch myself because, ever since I was in high school, it always seemed backwards to me. For some reason in my mind, Roswell seemed like a team that should be blue and Goddard should be red. And it's not that way, Roswell, of course. And so I really have to watch it when we're calling games against Goddard or Roswell High. I keep getting them mixed up.
And so it's from the point of the foul, and so that was from the 50. So they're going to move it all the way back to the 40-yard line. And so it's actually going to go way back. Well, they're going to move it inside the 35. So it was behind there. So it'll be first down and 25 now.
Again, a good break
Roswell
for Lovington.
High. Yes, it is. Now they need to take advantage of it. First and 25. Empty set in the backfield for Fuentes as he rolls right under pressure. Is going to be hit and dropped back at the 30. It's a 6-yard sack as Lovington comes in, puts on the heat, gets their 3rd sack of the ball game.
Good moves there by the defense.
Couple of Wildcats in there.
Yeah, number 8 for sure, and a couple more.
And number 74, and I don't have a 74 on the roster, so. And I got an updated roster from the boosters right before this started. So 74 with the big hit out there. Sorry, we can't properly get it. So it'll be 2nd down and 32 now. Fuentes just going to do the quarterback keeper up the middle. He's back to the 40, to the 45. Hurdles a man at the 50, still on his feet, gets out of a tackle to the 45 in Lovington territory, and he's going to get 28 of it back on the quarterback keeper. Wow. They just completely lost him, and so now it's 3rd and a much more manageable about 8. So 3rd and 8 as Fuentes with a big run to keep his team swinging on this possession. 3:45 remaining in the first half. 13-point lead for the Coyotes. Cats trying to stop him and get the ball back. Blitz comes. Fuentes hit as he throws, but completes it out across the 40 to the 35-yard line. And making it out there is that wasn't Mendoza. That was Weatherby again. And he's going to get it for a 9-yard completion and another Roswell first down. They had him at 2nd and 38, and they get the first down.
Yeah, not good. And Roswell is eating a lot of clock on this possession.
So it'll be first down and 10. Their 11th first down of the first half. Hand it off to Sanchez. He goes right side, right into the teeth and gets it across to about the 30-yard line. So he's going to pick up 7, and that's really what we expected out of Roswell, was just they're going to pound, but they found a rushing game as well. So it'll be second down and about 7 to go as handed off again near side to Hernandez, but he doesn't have anywhere to go. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Great job by the Wildcats, and number 74 again.
Big stop, although he also ran in early to I think number 26, who managed to get a hand on him and kind of hold him back long enough for 74 to come clean him up.
So it'll be third down and 4 for Roswell. Lovington with 1 timeout left, 2:40 remaining in the first half. Fake the handoff. Fuentes keeps it himself. Rolls right, throws down, and has Weatherby all by himself into the 5 and into the end zone for the Roswell touchdown. How do you lose that kid? He had space, and he goes 31 yards into the end zone. 178 receiving yards for Weatherby on 7 catches in the first half.
Yeah, well, you know what? There was a pretty good fake on that, and then he pumped and looked like he was going to throw to the left, and instead, let it fly right down the middle and found Weatherby. So, again, a little misdirection there. And Roswell has that really quick set offense, and they are just moving before you really even blink.
As the point after to come from Kennard. High snap, it's handled. Kennard gets the boot in it, and it dinks off of the upright and through. Good. And so it's back up to a 20-point lead. 2:32 to go in the first half. Roswell High 42, Lovington 22. Back in a minute on KZOR. Is the Cats again, this time for a 31-yard strike from his quarterback Fuentes. The point after is good, and it's back to a 20-point lead for Roswell High with Dawn Morgan patrolling the sidelines. I'm TJ Miracle high above the Wool Bowl, which is not a bowl, and Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So Kennard to kick it away. Lovington with 2.5 minutes to try and answer here. They need the 2-touchdown swing. So Kennard going to come up, and he's going to wait for it. And, yep, that'll be offsides. Is not sure what Kennard was doing. He came up like he was going to squib it, but he decided not to kick it. But he didn't get the point across to his teammates, his gunners on the near side.
Yeah, a lot of confusion here as the team is just they're shrugging, raising their arms, their shoulders at each other like, well, what happened,
Yeah. So it'll be, it's like they were going to try an onside kick, but then he changed his mind at the last minute. So it'll be a 5-yard offsides penalty on the kickoff. So they'll try it again. Wildcat football here on Z94, KZOR, Hobbs, Lovington. The Z94 KZOR app. The Lovington Sports Channel. On YouTube, please subscribe. And also on HobbsAmerica.com. So Kennard going to come up, and he is going to kick it this time, and it'll go over towards the left side. Going to come up, get it is Cardenas. He's across the 20, 25 to the 30. Little stutter step out to the 35, and he is going to be met by a wall of red. But pretty good return there, about 21, 22 yards. First and 10 for the Wildcats from the 37. So important drive and series right here. They've got 2:25 to get it in the end zone and 1 timeout to work with.
They really need a touchdown, just for morale and to shave down that lead by Roswell going into half. I think that's really important. If they can march down or get a Hail Mary to drop something, they need a quick touchdown here.
Twins left, twins right. Send a man in motion, and another bad snap as having to go back and get it is Aranda running for his life. He's going to toss it, and that is going to be in the neighborhood of nobody. And so they're going to say that I guess that Gonzalez was close enough. So no intentional grounding, thank goodness. Nope, now the head official decides it's intentional grounding. So that'll be a loss of down, and they're going to move them all the way back to where the grounding happened. Ouch, that was an extremely late flag. Extremely late. So going to lose the down, and we'll see how far back they're going to move them. As now the official going to come over and have a word with Aranda. He was under intense pressure and winged it. I was afraid that it might be grounding, and I was hoping Gonzalez was going to be close enough, but the official saying, nope, not close enough, young man. So they go from the 37-yard line, 38-yard line. Let's see how bad this penalty is going to wind up being. So there is 5. Keep going.
Ouch, I think they're going to mark him off to Hagerman.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're only going to make it about a 5-yard penalty, looks like, for intentional grounding. I thought it was from the spot. Nope, there they go again. Intentional grounding, yep. And so keep going, and they're going to put him back at the 20, so it winds up being an 18-yard penalty. And so it'll be second down and 28. So, yeah, not quite second in Hagerman, but pretty close. And actually going that way, it's second in Klein's corner.
Okay.
So it'll be second down and 28 for the Wildcats. Send Olguin in motion. That's Gonzalez, pardon me. Good snap this time. Aranda with it. Rolls near side. Throws back across his body. Puts up a wounded duck, and that one going to be almost picked off. But we got flags on the play. And I have a feeling they are going to whistle Roswell High this time for a pass interference, but we will see for sure. That would help. That would get them 15 yards back.
Yeah, the pass landed out of bounds, and Caesar was chasing that. Gonzalez was chasing it. He had three Roswell Coyotes on him on that.
So let's see what the call is. They still haven't made the call. And Lovington moving back like it's going to be on them. And it'll be holding on Roswell High. So now the question is, where did the hold happen? Because that'll be 10 yards from the spot. They're going to say it happened at the line. So it'll be second down and 18. So 10-yard penalty on the hold. On defensive holding. And so that moves it up, and it'll be second down and about 18 now for the Wildcats. So they get some of it back, yeah. From the shotgun, as always, Aranda with Cardenas on his left shoulder. Coyotes showing blitz. Now Ashton going to change the play at the line. Twins left, twins right. 2:12 remaining in the first half, a slow-moving first half. Good snap, hand it to Cardenas. Starts it to the right, brings it back left, and is going to be tripped up at the 32-yard line. Just a pickup of 2 for on Dallas.
Yeah, that was number 23 who caught him around the ankle and pulled him down.
So Loya with the bring down, and so 3rd and 16 now. Well, they gave him a little bit more progress. So 3rd and 14, so give him 4 yards. 85 yards on 9 carries for on Dallas Cardenas. So an important 3rd down and about 14 to go. 13-14 for the Cats. Aranda with everybody bunched in tight this time. Ashton going to step up in the pocket. Gets away from one man. Still looking downfield. And he's hit from behind. Ball is out. And Roswell High falls on it. So Aranda fumbles for the second time in the ball game and gives it back over to Roswell. Ouch.
Yeah, that was number 54 again. That's Damian Quezada who got him, and I thought he got away from him, but Quezada kept pursuing him and got him from behind, just totally blindsided him.
So nobody open down the field. I think Lovington has got to think about They haven't really given Ashton, and it's not that Ashton hadn't had time to throw, it's the receivers haven't had time to get open. So I think they're going to have to think about doing some screen passes and some other things. We'll talk about more about that in the halftime show. Fuentes back to pass. He has all day, going to wing it down the near side, and Weatherby, and it is incomplete, and Weatherby wants a flag, is not going to get it. Good coverage down the field for the Wildcats, and incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, that coverage was number 24.
And that'll be Cayman Ochoa.
Yep. So really good, clean coverage on him.
So Weatherby,
keeping that from being probably a for sure touchdown right there.
Coach Lynn going for it all, trying to get a little strange magic going, and I promise that's my only ELO joke for the night. So Twins to the left, Twins to the right. Make that trips to the left. As going to toss it, and a little miscommunication. Wanted Weatherby to go on and out and up, and he did a little curl. So incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10, yeah. Yeah, came back in. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for the Coyotes. 3rd and 10 for Roswell High. And Evie, I know we just lost the tie line. I am reconnecting as we speak. So 3rd down and 10, a critical 3rd down and 10, and we are back on the tie line, Evie. So it'll be trips to the left and Twins to the right. Empty set in the backfield for Roswell High. Fuentes with it. He's just going to take it, run it himself. He's to the 30, to the 20. Still on his feet and upended about the 17-yard line. But he's going to get 20 on the run, and it'll move the chains for Roswell.
Wow.
And now they're going to move quick. They've got one timeout. They want to run the 2-minute. Yeah, they're going to run the 2-minute drill here.
That was a broken play, but owing to the speed of that quarterback, man, he turned that into
right,
lemonade.
2 left. Fuentes rolls right, looks right, throws it underneath. Has a man. That is Sanchez, complete, and puts his toes in at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard completion to Sanchez, his second catch of the ball game. 245 receiving or passing yards for Fuentes. And so it'll be 2nd down and 5. So 2nd and 5 for Roswell. He went out of bounds, which stops the clock with 57 seconds to go here in the half. A score fest here at the Wool Bowl. Trips left to right. Ball from the far hash mark. Good snap. Fuentes steps up, guns it underneath. Has Sanchez inside the 5 and down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be an 8-yard gain, and it'll be 1st and goal for Roswell High.
I thought that throw was really low, and I thought he had to reach down for it, and I thought he was going to drop it. Wishful thinking, didn't happen.
So 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. And so Roswell High trying to take advantage of another Lovington turnover. 1st and goal from the 2. Fuentes going to hand it off to Sanchez. He takes it over the right side, gets it over the right guard, and into the end zone. As 6 more points for Roswell High. 2nd rushing touchdown for Sanchez. And that'll make it a 48-22 ball game. And there is still 49 seconds or 48 seconds to go here in the half. 70 points combined in the half between these two squads. So Kennard on to attempt the point after a low snap. They handle it, get it up, and it is good. So with 48 seconds remaining in the first half of play, it's Roswell High 49, Lovington 22. Back in a minute on KZOR. Kennard with the kickoff, and it will be a little pooch kick as they're going for no man's land and coming down and sliding in. Lovington will get it, but Coach Lynn trying to get possibly another score on the board. Welcome back as a fumble, the third of the ball game, third turnover of the ball game for the Cats, turns into another score for the Coyotes. 49-22 is the score. 46 seconds remaining in the first half. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. So Lovington needs to find some quick strike right here from the 37-yard line inside their own territory. Aranda from the shotgun. Cardenas in the backfield with him. Ashton wants it. Waiting on it. Tries the hard count. Roswell not going to bite on it. So Cardenas on the right shoulder. Twins left, twins right. Hand it off. Cardenas starts it left, turns it up, but gets tripped up after about a 1 yard gain. Not much there. 86 yards for Dallas.
It's hard for him to do anything with that. It was a low snap and kind of he just didn't handle that well. Twins left, twins right. Ashton with time, going to come back near side, and having to come back and get it is Gonzalez, and he makes the grab near the first down marker. They're going to say he's a little bit short, but it'll be an 8-yard completion to Gonzalez. Yep. Nice throw.
And the timeout going to be taken by the Wildcats. We'll just keep it right here. Say big thanks to Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, and Devon Energy, proud supporters of Wildcat Athletics. Don't forget, we have the YouTube subscriber challenge going on. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, one lucky subscriber is going to get $100 of my money. Yeah, the station's not paying for that. School's not paying for it. It's coming out of my pocket. So once we get to 1,000 subscribers on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, somebody gets $100 of my money, and then, hey, for every 1,000 after that, I'll keep paying out that bounty. So tell your friends and family who love the Lovington Wildcats, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Coming up at halftime, we will have our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation going into the Lovington Auto Supply halftime show. And should be an interesting conversation, I'm thinking, with Coach G after what we've seen in this one. Started off in a big way for the Cats, but things have just kind of unraveled at times for this squad. So it'll be third down and less than a yard to go for Lovington. And again, I apologize for the sloppiness on the score bug. So it'll be third down and less than a yard to go. 17 seconds to go here in the first half. Trips to the right, one to the left. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton, three-step drop. Now he's going to step up. Stiff arms a man. He gets across the line of scrimmage and wings it down the field and incomplete. And very lucky that that one did not draw a flag as the referee looks at it very closely and says, nope, he was right on the line. I thought he was over it when he let that one fly, but it'll be incomplete, and so it'll be fourth down and less than a yard. Doesn't really matter. You got 9 seconds to go.
Right.
You got to shoot for the end zone here.
Number 7, the intended recipient for that big pass. Flying through the air. Beautiful.
The intended target was Matthew Garcia. So it'll be fourth down and 1, but that doesn't really matter. Under 10 seconds remaining. Lovington needing to get it 54 yards into the end zone. Ashton definitely with the arm. Bobbles the snap. Rolls left side. Lets it fly towards the end zone and into traffic and picked off by Roswell High back at the 12-yard line. The INT. And that will end the first half of play. Roswell leading this one by a score of 49-22 on the INT. Of course, we've got your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up as Coach G shaking the hand of Dallas Cardenas, who is down on the stop on that. I know he'll be hopefully talking to Dawn Morgan here momentarily. Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation.
Hey, Dawn, how are you? Hey, doing great. All right, so compare what you knew you needed to do against Roswell coming into this game with what you saw performance-wise in the first half.
You know, coming into it defensively, we felt like our number one priority needed to be to stop the run. And I knew they could stretch the field vertically, but just, you know, having that one scrimmage and looking at it, I felt like we needed to do everything we possibly could to stop the run. And we did that early. And then they started throwing the ball, and so they got a really athletic quarterback, so that makes it very, very dangerous. So, really, to be honest with you, this is turning into the same type of game we had a year ago. You know, our offense is making great big plays, and then we're turning it over. You know, so we just got to settle in. Right now they're trying to go up tempo on us because they can platoon us, and I get it. I understand that. We knew that coming in. We just got to rally here in the second half and finish it.
All right, what's the big message going to be at halftime then?
Finish.
Finish.
Got to finish.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, very good. Coach G, always wonderful talking with us in the Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. The Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show comes your way in 3 minutes. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. Welcome to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. You know you're going to need that Napa Know-How. Anything for your car, get the Napa Know-How from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Our halftime score, Roswell High 49, Lovington 22. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We'll start with the home team, Roswell Coyotes. Their quarterback, Fuentes, has a big first half. He goes 13 of 18 253 yards through the air and 2 touchdowns. No INTs. His favorite receiver has been number 32, Weatherby. He's got 7 catches for 178 yards, including a 31-yard touchdown catch. The other touchdown coming on a 30-yard slant to Apodaca. So those are the 2 of the touchdown passes. On the ground, Sanchez has been the workhorse. He's carried 12 times for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hernandez has got 48 yards. He's actually their leading rusher, 48 yards on a touchdown as well. A touchdown from Kennard, a touchdown from Mendoza, and a 30-yard run from Estrada. Got a 5-yard end around from Mitchell as well. And then Fuentes has carried the ball 5 times for 24 yards. He has been sacked twice. So if you're keeping score at home, it's 253 through the air, 150 on the ground, 403 total yards in the first half for Roswell High. They get flagged for 8 penalties and 61 yards in that first half. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. It has been pretty tough going. Ashton Aranda's just 4 of 9 through the air for 49 yards. He has 1 touchdown and 1 INT. That 1 INT coming on the last play of the half. So far, Cesar Gonzalez has been his favorite target. 3 catches, 48 yards, and he did have that touchdown. He also completed a 1-yard pass to Anson Marquez. On the ground on Dallas, Perez has led the way. He's got 10 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. Aranda with 12 yards on 6 carries. He has been sacked twice, and both those times he was sacked, he fumbled the ball. Cayman Ochoa, 1 carry for 1 yard. Now you may be saying, well, wait a minute, that's only 2 touchdowns. That's right, there was Powell with the punt block for the touchdown. Drevin Powell, the senior DB, getting the block on the punt on the opening possession of the ball game, and then falling on it in the end zone for the touchdown. So big goings there for him. So Lovington just 4 penalties for 45 yards in that first half. They get 49 through the air, 99 on the ground, 148 total for the Cats in that first half. So being more than doubled up in a half that took an extremely long time to develop and to go. But Lovington still very much in this one, 49-22, but they're going to need to score on the first possession of the second half, I think, to be sure. We will take another 3-minute timeout, come back with your Napa Know-How keys to the second half. This is the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Wildcat football continues in a moment on KZOR. Welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the Wool Bowl here in Roswell High. With Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. 49-22 is the score as we get to our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. So, Don, what are you thinking on the Cats are going to need to do in this second half?
Well, you heard the coach talk about the fact that they were doing well at first, stopping Roswell's running game. But, then they kind of dropped off of that. I think that they're definitely going to have to I think they're reacting more. They're playing defense instead of really trying to work their game and play sharp. I know Roswell's kind of interfering with that as they've tried to launch, and they've been successful, obviously with some of their offensive drives, but it's spotty. You feel like it's very start stop for them, and they need to get in there consistently in order to really get their offense rolling. And they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to get into this third quarter and try to do a quick strike, and then try to shake the ball loose, try to get a couple of scores on the board, because if they let Roswell start scoring on them, it's going to be a very long second half and a very short one at the same time. It's going to kill their momentum, and they won't be able to come back from that if they get another touchdown or two down. Then so that first possession when they come out, and the Wildcats that we see on their possession coming out in that third quarter, is very important, that first possession, to get down in the end zone.
Well, it certainly is, and I think you've got to take care of the ball. 3 turnovers is not a good thing for the Wildcats, and it cost them 3 scores, and really that's kind of the difference in the game right now.
Right.
With a 49-22 score. So for the Cats, it's going to be very important for them to make the adjustments, and they've got to find a way. They're doing a great job, really, stopping the run. Yeah, 150 yards, but most of it has been kind of clumpy. They've got to have better coverage down the field, as Weatherby has just absolutely killed them, and they've got to find a way to get some pressure on Fuentes.
Yeah, and they've got to find a way. As you said, I don't think it's so much protection, giving the quarterback more time, but they need more time to develop the play, and that's been the thing. It hasn't been necessarily they need to. I agree with you to go ahead and instead of always trying to look for the long pass, just try to do some quick screens. Take 5-7 yards at a time and move the chains down. Just keep it rolling. Lovington can play that hurry-up offense pretty well. I think they kind of go to that, get into a rhythm, and get moving, and do some short passes, get that going, and then throw a run or two in, and then get back to a couple of quick passes, move the chains, and if they can do that, and then put a score on the board, and then maybe shake it loose, quick, force a turnover. After that, get another score on the board. Then I think that would just really turn around the game and be the difference for them momentum-wise, for sure.
Right, I think you're absolutely right. So find a way to move the ball and get the momentum back in your favor. You look at it, you go, okay, we're down by 27. Okay, that's 4 scores. But your defense has forced a couple of turnovers. You've done a nice job for the most part in the special teams game. So you're not out of this, but you've got to find a way to get some scores and get them pretty quick and keep Roswell from scoring.
And keep the pressure off of your quarterback.
Aranda, yeah,
that's
for
right.
Sure.
Exactly.
And get a little pressure going the other way on Fuentes.
That's and create a little space, a little room, even just a couple of seconds can make all the difference in developing that play.
Yeah, and getting somebody open down the field. He's had some time on some of these passes. It's just none of his receivers have managed to get open, so that has really hurt him. As the Cats come back out onto the field, we will go ahead and wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from our great friends at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When your car needs the Napa Know-How, and believe me, friends, it will, Get all the parts, supplies, and frankly the advice you need too from the good folks over at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Proud supporters of Lovington Wildcat football. We will be back for the start of the second half. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl here in Roswell, getting ready for the second half of this one. The Wildcats going to have to play the Cardiac Cats card as they trail by 27, 49 to 22 is the score. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight. As the Cats opening up the season, they are the defending state champs. And in the overall coaches poll, they're, I believe, 5 ahead of the Roswell High Coyotes, but the Coyotes saying, yeah, we're a bigger school and you're on our turf, so doesn't matter you're the number 1 team in 4A and the number 8 team overall in the state. We are still a team to be reckoned with. Welcome in tonight on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app for your audio, and of course watching live and free on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, that $100 challenge continues. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, one lucky subscriber going to get $100 of my money. You can also watch live and free on the Lovington Sports tab at hobbsamerica.com. So Lovington won the toss before the game and deferred, so they will receive to start things off here in the second half. Final thoughts before the kickoff, Dawn.
Sorry, I'm battling mosquitoes over here.
Yeah, and this is artificial turf.
I had to turn the mic off there for a moment. Sorry. Yeah, just go Wildcats. They've got to get the energy that they need to do the job right here.
Absolutely correct. So it'll be Kennard. He will tee it up at the South 40. And he comes up and he will boot it away. It'll be a fairly short kick, and it's going to bounce at the 25. Finally going to be picked up at the 20. Coming back is going to be Olguin. He crosses the 20, back to the 25, stiff arms a man and tries to tiptoe and does, but steps out at the 30-yard line. If he can just tiptoe a little bit more and get around that corner, he may be going a long way, but still a decent return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from right at the 30-yard line, needing to score really to start out this half. So the Wildcats trailing by 27, certainly capable of coming back. A lot of kids who saw action last year know what it's like to win, know what it's like to come back. So twins to the left, twins to the right. Ball from the near hash mark. Cardenas in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton barking it out, low snap. Fakes the handoff, comes across the middle. O'Gean in and out of his hands, and he gets absolutely decked for his trouble. Is not able to hang on to it. The way the ball's been popping around out there, it's almost like it's wet or something. Vernon Molinar putting the hit on him. And so now it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats.
I like the intention, though. I like the motion. I like the thought. That was one of those short passes that we talked about that, if they can get in the groove and get those to drop. And find
trying the little underneath pass.
Exactly.
I think I might try a screen instead of the little underneath. But twins to the right, one to the left for the Cats. Got a tight end and 2 running backs in the ball game. As fake the handoff as Ashton going to keep it himself and is going to cross the 35 up to the 36-yard line. Ashton with the 6-yard gain. And so now it's an important 3rd down and 4. So 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats in on that stop. 4 was Quesada again for Roswell High. So now an important 3rd down and 4. Lovington needs to control a little bit of clock here. And they need to score. Twins left, twins right from the near hash mark. Cardenas on the right shoulder. Lovington moving right to left. Send a man in motion. That's O'Gean. Ashton going to roll that way to the right. Looks downfield. Keeps looking. Nobody open. Is going to have to tuck it. Taking himself and crosses the 40 and is going to be run out on the far side by Quesada again. Up about let's see where they mark it. It's going to be close to the 1st down. It'll depend on the mark, and they're going to say short. So through the 39, so a 3-yard gain on the keeper for Aranda. And I don't think there's any question here.
Oh, no.
I think you got to go for it.
You do. 1 yard. 1 yard.
Yeah, 1 yard is what you need right here. So the Cats are going to have to go for it, trailing by 4 touchdowns. With Ashton running out of bounds, it stops the clock. Less than a minute gone here in the 3rd. So now it'll be twins to the left, twins to the right. Ashton going to come up under center, look for the quarterback sneak. Aranda barking it out, and he's going to try the handoff, and he loses the football, and Roswell has it back on the sack. They got cute. Instead of just snapping it going forward, they tried to do a pitch, and it bites them. It's a 5-yard sack. That is the 3rd sack of the ball game, 4th fumble for the Cats, and yikes, it goes over to Roswell High, and they've got it, and beautiful field position.
Yeah, if you're going to try a play like that, the execution has to be perfect, and really Roswell's defense has just been a lot for Lovington to handle in this game. They have been really reading the plays very well, sniffing things out, and just, denying Lovington.
From the 34-yard line, Fuentes with it, going to hand it off to Sanchez, and he's just going to go over the left tackle inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for the big bruising back Sanchez. He is their workhorse to be sure. As Fuentes going to come back in, bring a new play in. 2 tight ends to the left and 2 wide receivers to the right. Goddard moving left to right. Fuentes rolls, fires, wants a man down the right side, and in and out of the hands of his intended target, Sizzle. Good coverage down the field for the Wildcats. Trying to catch that young man's number. Come on, turn around for me, kid.
There were 2 of them in on that 22 and number 7 and 22.
So Anson Marquez, 22, and number 7, Matthew Garcia. Thank you, Don.
And 26 as well.
So Rivero. So Elijah Rivero. So it'll be 3rd down and 3, and timeout on the field. As looks like we've got we've got a Lovington player down. I'm thinking maybe a cramp out
again.
there. With it being humid and a little bit warm out there.
Right. Twice now I have watched players on the sideline here coaches working out cramps, leg cramps, hamstring and calf cramps with players. So hopefully, and that looks like what's going on here. We can't assume anything, but we hope that that's all it is.
And of course, we're in an official timeout right now for the injury, and we hope that it is just a cramp. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout and be back. This is Wildcat football on KZOR. Cesar Gonzalez hobbles off the field. It's an important 3rd down and 3, and Lovington going to jump. It'll be offsides. So a 5-yard penalty on the Cats. As we return, we'll give a gift to the Coyotes. So it'll be offsides, I've got to think, on Lovington, and that'll be enough for the 1st down. It will be offsides Lovington, and so they gifted them with their 14th 1st down of the ball game. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl here in Roswell. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, Lovington next week, home opener against Seminole. As it'll be a snap, Fuentes gets it. He is going to hand it off to Hernandez, who gets it inside the 20 to the 19 and just pushes through before the Lovington line collapses in on him. Angel Sanchez leads the charge. It'll be a pickup for Hernandez of about 2. Or pardon me, that was, Hernandez for 2. He's got 7 carries for 50 yards tonight. And you got to think at some point Roswell High just going to start running clock. Only 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter. Fuentes from the shotgun. He's got Hernandez in the backfield with him. Send a man in motion left to right. They toss it to that motion man who is hit and dropped about the line of scrimmage. Good coverage down the field as Mendoza not able to get any yardage, so maybe 1 yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 for Roswell.
I think it was number 50.
That would be Sanchez
who
again.
Brought him down. So.
Angel Sanchez has had a pretty good ball game tonight. Opener of the season. Twins to the left and 2 tight ends on the right side. Hernandez is the deep back behind Fuentes. Fuentes 3-step drop, goes to the corner, and it is into the end zone for another touchdown as he gets Mendoza all by himself. And Mendoza, his 2nd catch of the ball game, is going to come from 17 yards out, and it is a touchdown for the Coyotes. And that is the 4th touchdown of the ball game. 270 yards passing for Fuentes. And that'll make it 55-22. We are getting close to 35-point running clock time here. Snap is good. The hold is good. Kennard kicks it. It is up, and
it's no good. Off to the left, I think.
It goes to the left. So with 9:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter, it is Goddard 55, Lovington 22. Back in a minute on KZOR. Lovington fumble leads to another Roswell High touchdown, 17 yards this time from Fuentes to Mendoza. The point after no good, so it is a 33-point lead now for Roswell High. Lovington needs to answer this time because, frankly, their defense has not had an answer for anything that Roswell High has done tonight. As Elijah Rivero coming on late will be one of the deep backs for Lovington. Kennard will tee it up at the 40. I'm TJ Miracle from above the Wool Bowl. Don Morgan patrolling field side for us tonight. Evie Stuber in studio. As the kick, it'll be a little squibber going into no man's land. It'll be fielded back at the 25 to the 30, 35, up across to about the 37-yard line. Still on his feet and still fighting through it.
Number 31.
And so number 31 for the Cats, that is Clayton. Elon Clayton, the sophomore, getting the return. They'll up to about the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Well, the Cats going to keep fighting. You know that for sure as Aranda looks over, gets the play in from the sideline. Now he's going to head back over and relay it out. They're going to keep two backs in the backfield with him. A little bit of extra protection. One to the left, two receivers to the right. Aranda with a good snap. Hand it off. Cardenas near side. Turns it up across the 40 to the 45. Little spin move and near midfield before he is tripped up after an 11-yard gain. But move the chains. First down Wildcats. Their 6th first down of the ball game.
You know, when you really need some yardage and you need a spark for your team, give it to Cardenas because he can just make those yards happen. And there's something about him. The fight, inspires. I think the sideline we always get a little spark from him.
Twins to the left, one to the right. Still split backs in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton barks out the signals. Roswell shows blitz. Handed off, a little inside trap play to Cardenas this time. Not a lot of running room. He is going to get about a yard as Roswell High had it sniffed out that time, and the tackle going to be made by number 7. That was Jorge Chavez. So a 1-yard gain for Cardenas. He's got 98 yards on 12 carries. It's 2nd and 9. 8.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 55-22. Roswell High in command of this one. So the ball with the nose of it right at midfield. As Lovington going to split twins to the right, one to the left this time. Still with split backs in the backfield. A little bit new look. Roswell High shows blitz. Aranda, 3-step drop. Going to come back to the near side, looking downfield. Now he's just going to have to tuck it and take it himself, and is going to step out of bounds across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 1-yard gain, and so now it'll be 3rd down and 8. 17 yards on the ground for Ashton Aranda. So, yep, so 2nd and 8, or make that 3rd and 8 now. I'm going to give him 2 officially, so 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7, an important 3rd down, maybe the most important one of the ball game for the Cats. You don't want to just give it right back to Roswell High. Trips left, one right, send 2 men in motion. That may be illegal. Well, they hadn't got him set yet, so it'll be fine. So go trips to the right, one to the left. Cardenas in the backfield. Aranda, good snap. 3-step drop. Goes over to the right side. Has a man. Completed across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Only good for 4 yards. And Dawn, did you catch the number who caught that one? Was that Marquez over there? Was that 22?
I think it was 22. I think.
So that's where I'm going to put it. The old eyeballs are not as young as they used to be. And so now it's 4th down and about 3. So 4th and a long 2, short 3. Cats will go for it. Trips left, one right from the far hash mark. Aranda waits the snap. Roswell shows blitz. Now they're going to change the play. Got to go down to 5 seconds on the play clock. As Ashton is going to get it off right at 0. Has to pick it up off the turf, and he will, but he is going to be sacked. And another bad exchange on the snap. And so it is a sack back to the 50, a 6-yard sack, and that'll go over on downs to Roswell High.
Yeah, they're really having trouble with that snap, and I know that when the defense has been out on the field, that they've been working that. The center has been working with one of the assistant coaches over here, just working on snap and trying to get a good snap and not a low one.
And the recovery made by who else? Damian Cazada, who seems to have done everything tonight for these Coyotes. So 7:08 to go, the 5th fumble of the ball game for the Cats. And now Roswell High gonna bring it back and try and put this one into Mercy Rule territory. High snap, Fuentes handles it, pitches it over to Sanchez. He's gonna get to the 50. It'll be a gain of 1 before he is gang tackled by Marquez Sanchez. And I'm waiting, number 74. We really need to find out who 74 is. So a 1-yard gain for Sanchez. He's had a whale of a game, and I hate not being able to properly acknowledge him.
I'll work on that.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. So 2nd down and 9, Roswell High right at midfield. Got to think they're going to be pretty content just to keep it on the ground and run some clock. One receiver right, all sorts of tight ends in the game. They're going to hand it off to Hernandez. He's got a big hole, goes over the left side and crosses the 45 down to the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 for Hernandez. And so a very manageable 3rd down and about 2 yards to go. Make it 3rd and 1. That's what you want. Just move the ball, keep the downs manageable, stay in front of the chains, as you used to hear a lot. I know it was preached at us a lot playing football way back in the dark ages when we had, rocks and for balls and things. And timeout taken by Coach Jeff Lynn. He wants to talk about it. 5:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. Roswell on the march, and they lead our Wildcats 55-22. Back in 1 minute on KZOR. Out of the Roswell High timeout, it is 3rd down and 1. The Cats have got to find a way to stop the Coyotes. Under center is Fuentes, and he's just going to do the quarterback keeper. And in a rugby scrum, crosses the 35, still on his feet, breaks out across the 30, all the way down to the 24, make it the 25-yard line. Yikes, that'll be a 17-yard gain in a rugby scrum and another 1st down for Roswell High. They just put the beef up front and moved them, Dawn.
I tell you what, they're big guys. You can't teach size. You've either got it or not.
And so they'll pitch it on the end around. Sanchez to the 20. He's going to pick up 4 yards before he is brought down by the Wildcats. Anson Marquez on the stop, and also Joshua Carrasco. But it'll be a 4-yard pickup for Sanchez. He's got 54 yards on 15 carries. Not a lot of yards, but they have been punishing yards. 2nd down and 6. Roswell can just afford to take their time. It will get into running clock if they punch it in, if they score any type here. So now Fuentes up under center. They're going to go with a very tight set, and they're going to hand it off to Hernandez on the end around. Bounces off of a man, going for the corner. He's across the 20 to the 10, turns it up and into the end zone for the touchdown. 22 yards for Hernandez on the end around, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And that will make this one a 61-22 shellacking.
Yeah, number 2 tried. He dove for him and got a hand on his back just briefly.
Wyatt Gomez.
Just not soon enough to be able to bring him down. Just missed him.
So Kennard on for the point after, trying to make it 62-22, trying to get it up to a 40-point lead. And the kick is up, and And it is going to
good.
be good. It will be, as bringing the heat were the Wildcats. And so it is good. It's now a 40-point lead for Roswell High. 4:53 remaining in the third quarter. It'll go to running clock when we come back on KZOR. It's a 22-yard run for Hernandez into the end zone. The point after is good, and another Lovington turnover turns into more points for Roswell High. They lead by 40, 62-22. And so Kennard, he will kick it away. It will be running clock now, except for timeouts and the changes of quarter, and it'll be fielded by the Wildcats back to the 15, to the 20, and a massive hit at the 25-yard line as Olguin got absolutely creamed. But yeah, flags everywhere. Keegan Nichols decleated him basically. That flag is in the neighborhood, and it's on Lovington, and I didn't see the call, but it is on Lovington. It's in the neighborhood of a hold. So a pretty good return, going to get 10 more yards clicked off of it. 6 penalty for 60 yards against the Wildcats. So that'll move them back just a little bit. And I don't know why they haven't started the clock yet. They should have started it as soon as Olguin got the football, but they have not. So 62-22, 4:47 remaining here in the third quarter. The official is still not telling them to wind the clock, so the penalty is going to move Lovington all the way back inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. So they've got some work to do. Twins to the left, one to the right. Split backs in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton, good snap. And another fumble, and Ashton just going to have to dive on it, as they have had all kinds of trouble holding on to the football. Ashton going to get knocked all the way back to the inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So it'll be a 3-yard sack that'll be credited to Quesada again. And Ashton just moving backwards. 4 fumbles on the night, 5 make that 6 sacks now. Second down and 14 to go for the Wildcats. Ashton hands it off to Cardenas on the sweep to the left side. Tippy toes and gets up to the 20-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of about 6 for Dallas. And that will put him over the century mark. 104 officially on 13 carries now for Dallas Cardenas. So congratulations to him. The century mark. He is the leading rusher for either team in the ball game. But it is a third down and about 7 now for the Wildcats. Clock continues to move with 3.5 to go here in the third. Lovington could score here. It would get it out of Mercy Rule timing territory. They're going to have to move it down the field facing a running clock. Split backs in the backfield once again. Olguin and Cardenas. Cardenas going to split out. Low snap. Ashton handles it. He's just going to air it out and has a man down near midfield. And is it caught? Yes, it is. That is
number 2.
That is Wyatt Gomez. So Gomez near midfield, number 7.
Yep, number 7.
So number 7, that is Garcia. Matthew
Matt Garcia
with a big gainer, as he's going to get 28, make that 28 yards on the reception and move the chains. First down, Cats.
He really had to fight for that. There was really good coverage on him, clean coverage, but that was a heck of a good catch and a pretty good toss by Aranda.
So it'll be 1st and 10, just the Wildcats' 7th first down of the ball game. Twins left and Twins right from the far hash mark. Fake the handoff, rolling near side is Ashton. Jumps, throws, has a man, and Olguin falls down at the 25-yard line.
So close.
Just trips over his own feet. It happens sometimes. So incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Lovington with a little spark here, showing a lot of life, deciding we're not going to lay down and let Roswell just roll over no matter what the clock says, no matter what the scoreboard says.
And just a quick note, great detective work done as number 74 has had a very good game. Marcus Henderson has now been identified. He was on the roster as 63, but changing numbers tonight.
And sometimes that happens. Sometimes things happen to their jerseys, and they have to switch or swap or something. And yeah, these things happen.
So now we can properly identify him, and he's had a whale of a ball game. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the Lovington 48-yard line. Hand it to Cardenas on the sweep left side. Crosses into Roswell territory. Gets across the 45 to the 44. Make it the 43-yard line. Going to be close to first down yardage. Going to be a little bit short. It'll be a pickup of 9 for on Dallas. So it'll be 3rd and 1.
Ran into a couple of little cannonballs, numbers 50 and 51 there. Otherwise, and bounced off of him.
Lazoya and Garcia. So 3rd down and 1. Under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. When you get to these running clock situations, they tend to go pretty darn fast. Twins to the right, 1 to the left, a tight end in the ball game on the left side. Aranda goes under center, fakes the handoff. He rolls to the right side looking, throws it, and has Olguin across the 35. Yep, right at the 35 as we got a man down on the near side. So it'll be an 8-yard completion.
And I think we've got a cramp situation again here. That writhing and rolling a lot of times is a cramp situation. I don't know who that is.
We will be moving the camera. We do not show the injured players. We can help it. That's Olguin's first catch of the ball game. He's been targeted a couple of times. But that is their first completion with the injury timeout. It will stop the clock with 31 seconds remaining
Number 8
in the quarter. And so
it's number 8 on the ground, but they're working a cramp out. Hopefully he'll be up soon.
Joshua Carrasco, so hopefully he will be. I've got to go over and working on
you're getting him up. He's limping, giving to that right leg a little bit. It's over here. It turns out to be a cramp, not an ankle twist or something.
Well, hopefully so. Yeah, you'd hate to get anybody hurt in one like this. You know, a 40-point, at this point, shellacking. Lovington's still going to play very hard, and they're going to give it everything they've got. You can bet on that.
So they'll get him over here and get him up on the table and take a look and make sure that's not a knee or an ankle. It's one on the table, though, and usually if it's a cramp, they put him on the ground and start working that out.
Start stretching it out. So
it may be something else.
Yeah, maybe. So you certainly hope that young man is all right. Joshua Carrasco, the junior wide receiver and defensive back for these Cats. So Twins left, Twins right, 22 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Clock starts moving again. Send a man in motion right to left. Fake the handoff. Nope, they will hand it to Cardenas as he's going to cross the 30 down to the 25-yard line. Again, going to be very close to first down yardage. I think he's going to be a little bit short, and so 122 yards for Cardenas and 3 seconds remaining as they will, nope, they're going to give him the 10, so move the chains, first down Wildcats.
Well, he deserved that. I tell you, he took a big hit and did this like triple roll, looked like a crocodile was taking him down under the water. But
that will end the 3rd quarter. So after 3, it's all Roswell, 62-22 over our Wildcats. The Cats on the move, though. We're back in 1 minute for the 4th quarter. This is Wildcat football on KZOR. for the start of the fourth quarter. Lovington on the march. They've got a first down and 10 from the 25-yard line inside Roswell territory. They trail by 40, but would love to get it back under Mercy Rule timing. With Don Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. From the near sideline, Cats now moving from the left to the right. That is south to north. Arandic takes the snap, steps back, goes for Olguin on the slant, and he's got it inside the 5, down at the 3-yard line. Nice pass on the little out route and gets it down there, and so it'll be a 22-yard gain to Olguin. Where's that been all game? And move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
That was just a beautiful pass. He just softly dropped that in, and just Olguin just snuck over there, and it looked so easy. That's the kind of deceptively, hard play.
That's
it
what
looks
we were
easy.
used to seeing from Miranda last year.
Yeah, just a really soft little.
So first and goal from the 3. Twins left, Twins right. Cardenas in the backfield, send a man in motion. That'll be Olguin. He gets it, and he will get it to the 1-yard line before he gets strung out and dropped. I don't know how he didn't get in on that, but a good play there by Lucius Moore to bring him down, and so he gets a yard out of it. Or 2. Yeah, they're going to give him 2 on it. So Olguin with the 2-yard gain, second and goal from the 1. And this is not the time or the place to get fancy. Lovington, they're going to spread it out, but now Ashton will go up under center. Barks it out, and he will keep it, but he runs into a wall, and he's stacked up on the line, and I don't think he got it. As Quesada and Herrera and Molinar stack him up and move him backwards. No gain as he got back to the line, but no more than that, and it'll be third and goal from the 1. I like the call, though, to just go in and say, hey, we're going to play power football here.
But they stood him up, and then they moved him back, So
from the 1-yard line, clock continues to move. Lovington trying to get this under Mercy Rule timing. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game, a 40-point deficit for the Cats. Let's be honest, they're probably not going to dig themselves out of it, but they want to get a score on the board. So under center is Aranda. He's going to pitch it. Cardenas gets hit before he gets back to the line, and he stretches out. Does he
Breaks
get
the
it?
plane, yep.
And no, the side judge comes in and says he is down at the 1. So back to the line of scrimmage again, and it'll be fourth and goal from the 1. I think if Cardenas gets that one and just turns it up, he has it. Instead, he tried to stretch it out a little bit more, and that gave the pursuers for Roswell High time to come over and get him. So from the doorstep, fourth and goal from the 1.
Say, if you can't go around him, climb over him.
Hey, whatever works. From the shotgun, Cardenas is the deep back. Now Ashton going to go up under center. Barks it out. He's going to take it himself, and his hit trying to go over the right side, and Roswell stacks him up and nowhere to go as he is going to be dropped, and the Roswell High Coyotes stop him as number 66 hit him first and held him up. That was Mason Greathouse. Stacked him up and put him down, and so it'll be first and 10 over on downs for the Coyotes. No gain. And they go for it from the 1-yard line 3 times and cannot punch it in.
Oh, I would love to see for the Wildcats get a safety here. Why not? I mean, Roswell's got to do whatever they can to get out of that.
I thought they had one back in the first quarter. I will take the trade-off because instead of the safety, it was a punt, and they blocked the punt and fell on it in the end zone for the touchdown. But not a lot has gone right for Lovington since then. So from the 1-yard line, it'll be Roswell football, and just keeping it himself and going up in the rugby scrum is the quarterback Fuentes, and he gets it out to the 10-yard line. He's going to pick up 9, and that is truly a rugby play. He just goes, everybody collapses in, and then it's, who can push whom the furthest and the fastest. Pick up a 9, second down and 1. Clock continues to move at 7:50 remaining in the ball game. Roswell
Except in
High
rugby, nobody but one guy gets to wear helmets and protect their ears.
That's true. That's a game that no matter how much we watch it, I still don't understand. Just fine, I call football and basketball and baseball. I don't need to understand rugby. So Fuentes going to go up under center. Now he's talking to a couple of his tight ends. with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1, and it'll be a delay of game penalty. Or did they get the timeout called? Yep, they got the timeout called. So 7:21 to go in the ball game. It's Roswell High 62, Lovington 22. We are back in 60 seconds on KZOR. Out of the Roswell High timeout, 7:21 remaining in the ball game. Roswell with a second down and 1, trying to put the capper on this one, the season opener, as they hand it off on a little misdirection play to Hernandez. He bounces off a tackle as he comes back across the middle, across the 20 to the 25, out to the 26-yard line. It is a pickup of 15 for Hernandez, and so it'll move the chains again for the Coyotes. Hernandez, 95 yards on 10 carries. He is the leading rusher tonight for Roswell. So 1st and 10 for Roswell, 6:50 to go. They've got a 40-point lead. You got to think they're going to be content to pretty much just keep this one on the ground and end it up. Fuentes going to go back up under center. And they're going to keep everybody pretty much in tight. Send a man in motion, hand it off. Starting right and coming back left. New running back in the ball game is going to get across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. That is number 34. Let me find his number. That is Abby Toscano, sophomore fullback. So Toscano, he's going to wind up with enough. He's going to get 12 yards, and it'll be another first down for the Coyotes. So Lovington just no answer for this run game tonight. So things just not going their way. So you lick your wounds and get ready for Seminole next week, a Lee Gaines County battle. Fuentes going to fake the handoff one way, comes back the other way, hands it off to number 21, and he's up the middle, and he's got room, and he is going to fly. He is gone. That is going to be good for 64 yards to the house. So 64 yards to the house for Miguel Garcia. And that's pretty much the capper on the night for these Roswell High Coyotes. 68-22 now, 5:41 remaining in the ball game. And the sea just parted, and good blocking up front. Credit where credit is due always for Roswell. They got a big block there from Elijah Jacobs, the junior guard, and that's really what sprung Garcia. So the point after from Kennard to come. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. So 5:41 remaining in the ball game. We're back in a minute here on KZOR. 64 yards on a big block. Garcia takes it to the house for Roswell High, and the point after is good, and they lead now 69-22. The Wildcats now with 5:41 in a running clock situation to just do whatever they can to salvage a little bit of pride. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, don't forget we've got your Stone Oilfield Services post-game show coming up immediately following this one. Also our Bob's Thriftway post-game coaches conversation. Kennard going to boot this one away. A high end-over-ender going to be fielded back at the 5. Cardenas will bring it out to the 10, to the 15, cuts it back across the 20, and is going to be met and downed at about the 21-yard line. So from the 21-yard line, first down and 10 for the Wildcats, and what will more than likely be their final offensive possession of the game. At this point, Don, you're working on things really for next week, and you're working on some fundamentals. This might not be a terrible time to start maybe running your 2-minute drill. Since you're in a running clock situation, just move as fast as you can and see if you can pick the tempo up.
Right, just
you're
work on your...
For the most part, you're playing the second string for the defense for Goddard, or rather for Roswell High.
Right. Yeah, work your hurry-up offense and
just see what happens.
Right.
4:45 remaining in the ball game. Trips to the right, one to the left. Aranda from the shotgun with Cardenas in the backfield with him. Low snap, hand it to Cardenas. He's hit at the line, but gets out of one and then is going to be slung down as he crosses the 25 to the 26-yard line as Ramon Zumido pulls him down. Almost a horse collar situation, but it'll be a pickup of 6. Second down and 4. 129 yards on 17 carries tonight for Dallas, and there's still plenty of time left in the ball game. Again, I apologize for the camera up here. Still knocking all the rust off. Trips to the right once again, ball right in the middle. Low snap for Aranda, gives it to Cardenas, bobbles it. He's going to fall forward across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Going to be close to the first down. It'll all depend on the spot. The stop going to be made by Jonathan Baeza, number 77. They're going to say he is just short of the first down, 131 yards. So second down, make that third down, and about a yard to go. 3.5 minutes to play.
And by the way, that number 8 player for Lovington that came off of the field a few minutes ago and got up on the table has an ice pack on his right ankle now.
That is Josh Carrasco.
Okay.
Twins left, twins right. And we hope he's going to be okay. Send a man in motion. Another bad snap. Ashton going to have to pick it off the turf around the 20. Rolls near side, tosses back across his body, and nobody in the neighborhood. And that's going to be... That one's more intentional grounding than the other one was, but I don't think they're going to call it. Nope,
they're just going to let this go.
Yeah, they're going to let that one go.
It was a nice pass for caught by one of the Lovington assistant coaches over here. And if I stood up and took a few steps forward, I could have gotten that one maybe.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not any good if you or
we don't
the coach
count.
catches it.
Yeah, we don't have the right uniforms on, yeah.
No, you are wearing blue. And unfortunately, it says KZOR, not Wildcats. Trips to the right and one to the left. Fourth down and a yard to go. Handed off on Dallas, comes near side. He's got the first down and more. 35-40, 45-50, down the near side 50, 40, 30. Stiff arms a man and caught from behind at the 20-yard line. And yes, sir, that is going to be a horse collar tackle.
Yeah.
So tack 15 on to the end of that one. As Dallas going to take it 20, 30, 40, 50 yards.
Beautiful run.
They're going to tack 15 on to the end of that when he got caught from behind.
By number 16.
And that'll be Zai Carrasco and the horse collar tackle. That should add 15 to it to the end of the run.
Very close to go.
Well, yeah, that should be a 15-yard personal foul horse collar tackle. So since he got down to the 20, it may wind up being a half the distance penalty. And it'll be personal foul, horse collar, yes indeed. And it is half the distance to the goal. So move the chains, a 50-yard run for Dallas Cardenas. 71 penalty yards on 8 penalties for Roswell High in this one. They'll restart the clock. 2:13 remaining. Lovington now first and goal from the 10. As they will roll the clock after they get the ball set. Twins left, twins right. Send a man in motion from the left to the right. And the slant route and incomplete as he was trying to get, that was number 22. That was Anson Marquez. Just couldn't quite hook up with him.
It was good coverage on him, and I think that was number 12 over there for
I believe that is right.
Roswell.
That was Malachi Mitchell.
Okay.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10, $1:41 to go. 2nd and goal from the 10, I should say. So the big 50-yarder on Dallas Cardenas breaks it on 4th down and 1 and keeps Lovington's drive alive. We're under 90 seconds to play from the near hash. Send a man in motion, hand it off to Cardenas, hit in the backfield, gets away from one, cuts it back across the 10, puts his shoulder down and bowls forward to about the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 8 for on Dallas. And it'll be a 3rd and goal situation from the 2.
Makes you
it's
wonder.
Deja vu all over again.
Is there a plexiglass shield down there across the line that's just keeping Lovington out of the end zone? That's crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know. But, yeah, Coach G going to take the time out, see if they can figure this one out. They got 2 shots at the end zone. We're back in 30 seconds on KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. A 50-yard jaunt by Dallas Cardenas sets the Cats up at 1st and goal from the 10 after a horse collar personal foul. Then he takes it 8 yards on 2nd down, so to the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal from the 2. The Cats had 4 shots at it from inside the 5 on their last possession. Now they get 2 more shots at it from the 2-yard line this time. So, Dawn, I don't know what you do here because they got stacked up last time, but maybe they can punch it forward this time. And I don't even know. I think maybe a play fake and a rollout and a pass on 3rd down. Then 4th down, just play smash mouth football.
Yeah, it seemed like they tried everything the last goal line stand.
Under center is Aranda. The deep back is going to be Cardenas. They will run into each other, and Cardenas is going to get it and lose 3 yards, and then he is ridden to the turf by a couple of red-clad coyotes. So Cardenas going to lose a couple of yards on it. Going to put him back at the 5. It'll be a loss of 3, and that puts him back under 190 yards. And so Lovington going to take their 2nd time out with 4th and goal now from the 5. So let's just keep it right here and say a big thanks to the folks who make Lovington Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Couldn't do it without our friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, and Devon Energy. Don't forget, please subscribe to our Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will be giving away $100 of TJ's money. So win $100 of my money. I will be happy to give it to you for every 1,000 subscribers. One random subscriber in that 1,000 will get the cash.
He has hidden that $100 bill so well, even I cannot sniff it out. So.
And you have been trying for 18 months now.
If I find it, I get it.
So tell your, well, then I'll make sure you never find it.
That's right. Well, so far you've done a good job of that.
So tell your friends and family to subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. It could get you that $100 once we get 1,000 subscribers, and $100 for every 1,000 after that. So it's a big time out of the timeout. 4th and goal from the 5. Lovington would like to get one more score on the board. We are under a minute to play, and it is a running clock situation. So 4th and goal from the 5. It can be victory formation if Roswell can keep the Cats out. Send a man in motion from the right to the left. Ashton with it, rolls to the left, looks to throw it across his body. Corner of the end zone. Does he have a man? Does he get it? Yes, he does. 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Elon Clayton, number 31, the 5-yard touchdown catch.
A little misdirection on the line worked the charm on that one, as it had Roswell looking the wrong way, and nobody really thought there. He had one guy on him right there, followed him into the corner of the end zone.
Nice job by Clayton to keep his feet in, because he got led a little bit far, but he managed to drag both toes through and get the Lovington touchdown. 69-28 is the score. So still a 41-point lead for Goddard, but you feel a little bit better about it because you've gotten your 4th touchdown of the ball game. And the point after attempt, as out of the hold of Aranda, it is going to be booted through and up and good by by Lucas Contreras. So with 48 seconds to go, 69-29, we're back in a minute to wrap this one up on KZOR. It's a 5-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Aranda to Elon Clayton for the touchdown. The point after is banged through by Lucas Contreras. 48 seconds left in the ball game. Lovington trailing by 40, 69-29. With Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. And not the game the Wildcats wanted, but you can salvage a little bit of pride knowing you scored late to a young receiver. Just the junior. Didn't see that I remember any catches last year. So now maybe an onside kick just to try and keep your momentum going a little bit. And you still got one timeout. Get an onside kick. Hey, maybe, get another score in the books. Yeah, at least get it under that 35 points again if you can. And it looks like that may be exactly what Lucas Contreras has in mind. Everybody up tight on the line pretty much for Roswell High. So Contreras comes up, and he's just going to boom it away, and that'll be a high end-over-ender that'll go in and out of the back of the end zone. So they'll bring it out to the 20, and will be victory formation time for the Roswell High Coyotes. They'll just have to kneel it down a couple of times unless Lovington chooses to use their timeout. But still nothing Lovington can do. So I'm thinking that Coach Lynn probably going to just go ahead and go to victory formation here. Kneel it down twice and call it a game.
Well, we'll see what he does. That was a heck of a kick. That was a hernia kick right there.
Yeah, actually, if my math is right,
crazy.
If they run this down, they'll only have to kneel it one time unless Lovington takes the timeout. And it will be victory formation, looks like, for Goddard, or rather for Roswell High. I'm going to stop doing that at some point. Fuentes will take it and just kneel it down. And I hate to write these down, but it is officially a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock continues to move, and they don't even have to snap it again. There is 3 seconds difference between game clock and play clock. And the Coyotes are just going to run off the field, and Lovington will too. And so officially will be in the books in 14-13-12. Lovington going to fall tonight. Final score of 69-29. They will go to 0-1 on the season as the teams coming out to meet at midfield as finally the clock strikes all zeros. Our final tonight, 69-29. The Cats will go to 0-1, getting ready for Seminole next week in the home opener at Wildcat Stadium. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with your Lovington Auto Supply, your Stone Oilfield Services post-game show. We will talk a little Napa know-how too, but your Stone Oilfield Services post-game show and your Bob Swiftway post-game coaches conversation coming up. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. Welcome to your Stone Oilfield Services postgame show here from Roswell. The Wildcats falling tonight by a final of 69-29. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan is fieldside tonight. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's take a look at the final numbers as we get ready for our Bob Swiftway coaches conversation. For the victorious Coyotes, they get 590 total yards of offense tonight. Their quarterback Fuentes goes 14 of 19 for 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. His favorite target tonight was Weatherby, 7 catches, 178 yards. He also threw touchdowns to Mendoza and to Apodaca. On the ground, their leading rusher was Hernandez, 10 carries, 95 yards, including a 22-yard touchdown and a 7-yard touchdown. Sanchez, their workhorse, 15 carries, 54 yards. He also had a couple of scores in the ballgame. Kennard, 1 carry for 2 yards, but it was for a touchdown. Mendoza, 3 carries, 9 yards. One of them a touchdown. Estrada, a 30-yard run. And Garcia, a 64-yard backbreaker. And he scored late in the ball game. 270 on the ground, 270 in the air, 320 on the ground, 590 total. They get flagged 8 times for 71 yards in the penalty department, 17 first downs. for Roswell High, and really just domination tonight. The numbers, though, for the Wildcats, other than the fumbles, not that bad. Ashton Aranda goes 9 of 18, 116 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns and 1 INT. Those touchdowns coming to Gonzalez and Clayton. Favorite target tonight was Gonzalez, 3 catches, 48 yards, including a 35-yard touchdown. On the ground, it was the Ondalis Cardenas show, 21 carries, 187 yards, and a touchdown. Ashton Aranda on the night, 14 carries, 9 yards. He was sacked 6 times, fumbled 5 times, so that was not good. I mean, those have to go in his book. They were not all his fault. Bad exchanges from the center happening there, but something they're going to have to fix. So Choa, 1 carry for a yard, and Olguin, 1 carry for 2 yards. 116 through the air, 199 on the ground for the Cats, 315 total. They were whistled 6 times for 60 yards in the penalty department, but a lot of things they're going to need to work on before they open the home slate at the friendly confines of Wildcat Stadium next Friday night at 6:30. The Seminole Indians coming to town, so a lot closer trip. We'll be on the air about 6:15 next Friday. We'll talk more about that coming up. Of course, waiting on the Bob Thriftway coaches conversation as Coach G telling his young men, giving them, the pep talk after the game. Not the way they wanted to open the season, but that Roswell High team is nothing to sneeze at. You got to remember, they went undefeated in district last year. Yeah, they had a losing record last year, but they had a winning record in district. That district includes Goddard and Artesian. Last year, Alamogordo as well. So that was a very, very tough district, a meat grinder district, and they won it to get to the playoffs. So Coach Lynn, over there, hats off to him. He came in with a good game plan tonight and executed, and Lovington just not able to make anything happen like they wanted to make it go. So, what can you say? Well, I think we're pretty much saying it all. We'll talk to Coach G here in a minute. He's bringing them in to go ahead and talk things out, and now he will head over and he will check in, as always, with Don Morgan. He's going to have a quick word with one of his linemen first before he and Don get together. And we have our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation. So let's take you to the field, Don, the coaches conversation for our friends at Bob Thriftway.
Yes, Coach Gonzalez. All right, so learning situation, a game to use to learn from. First game of the season, what do you think?
I was really, really proud of how we came out and started the football game, especially defensively. We got everything that we wanted. We wanted to defer. We were trying to win the middle 6. Defense came out on fire. We come out here, we block a punt, and we're firing on all cylinders, and it's really, really good. And then we just kind of fell off. I was telling the team after, we did some things tonight that we don't typically do, and so those are things that can be corrected. There's nothing that we can't correct. There was a ton of bright spots. Great big touchdown to finish the game by a freshman down here. Started a freshman right guard today, and I thought he did an outstanding job. We did some really good things. We got to take care of the turnovers. Yeah. We control that. And, we say it all the time. You don't win the turnover battle, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, 4 turnovers, 6 sacks, taking better care of the football, maybe taking care of the quarterback a little more, got to protect, a little more protection from the line, and a little more opening up holes for blocking and tackling, opening up holes for your runners. What do you think?
Yeah, those are all things that we need to work on, and so, again, we had some guys in some new spots tonight. And it is the way it is. We're playing big football teams, and we're trying to load this schedule up because I want to make sure that these kids have a chance to play at the end of November. Yeah. And so that's what I told them at the end. We're playing these really good football teams right now for a reason. It's going to make us better. And so this game doesn't define who we are as a football team. Doesn't define who we are. How we respond next week, that's going to define what type of football team we are and have. And I know these dudes will respond. They played their tails off tonight. As hard as they possibly
Hard
could.
Work.
Hard as they possibly could. We just got to clean some things up, and that's on me. That's not on them. Technically, I, as the head coach, need to make them better.
Typical things like what that you say you don't normally do, maybe goal line stand that you can't convert on?
Mm-hmm. And then pre-snap penalties, right. Before the ball is even snapped. Sure. We all know the snap count. The defense doesn't.
Low snaps, too. A lot of low snaps tonight.
But, again, it's not a matter of not trying hard. I'm not taking anything away from our kids. So it's things that we can get better at as a team, and I'll make sure that we get better at.
All All right, so what's the big plan for next week going against Seminole? What are you going to see out of Seminole that you that you didn't have to prepare for maybe with this very good 5A team, by the way, that you played first game of this season? You know, you're not going easy on this team, not going easy on them at all.
Right. You know, I think tonight, you know, our thought process coming in is that we're going to try to keep it in a phone booth and just mash us. And again, I thought we did a good job with that. What we're going to see next week is completely different than what we just saw tonight. So they're going to try to spread it out. True air raid offense. They're a 4-2-5 defense. They've got some great athletes. They got great big offensive linemen, great big defensive linemen. At the end of the day, we don't control that. What we control are the Lovington Wildcats. And so that's what we're going to work on this next week to get ready for Seminole.
What's going to be the offensive plan to launch against them?
Well, for us, I mean, I think we just shot ourselves in the foot all night long.
Right.
You know? I mean, just botching snaps, pre-snap penalties. We make something good happen, and then we got to take 2 steps backwards. Right. You can't get forwards by taking steps backwards. And so, you know, we'll work on those things, and we'll fix it. We'll start tomorrow by doing that, and we're going to learn from this and get better.
Clean it up.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Hard work tonight, and as always, thanks very much for talking with us. And of course, you know, good luck next week. We'll be there.
Awesome. Can't wait.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Our Bob Striftway coaches conversation. Coach Gonzalez always very nice to take a little time out after the games, win or lose, and we definitely do appreciate that. As not the game he wanted tonight, but as he mentioned, a lot of bright spots. 69-29. The final. And Dawn, I'm going to go ahead and just throw it down to you one more time. Any final thoughts on this one? Because I know, you know, everybody's probably ready to go home tonight.
Yeah, it's been a long game, right? It was a very long first half, and a long game and a road game, and we've got to get back. And so, yeah, it's just a learning situation. You know, these guys ran up against a very good football team, and you know, they're going to learn from that. It's a younger team, not a completely young team, but a youngish team. And like the coach said, there are a lot of things to build on and grow on. You make mistakes, as long as you learn from them and get better, it's not a problem. And I think that they're going to do just that. They've shown themselves capable of doing that. You don't build a good football program and turn into state champions and without doing that.
Absolutely. And just a quick note, Dawn, I am parked over on this side of the stadium out on the Goddard end zone side.
I think I'm going back to the van. I'm parked there. It's
okay.
about the same distance for me, and I'm already headed this direction. So.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
I didn't know what our plan was.
Okay.
So a little behind-the-scenes magic tonight from your friends DJ Miracle and Dawn Morgan. And with that, my friends, let's go ahead and put a wrap on this one. Just too much Roswell High tonight. 69-29 for the Lovington Wildcats. Now getting ready for the Seminole Indians next Friday night, our home opener on the friendly blue turf of Wildcat Stadium. That game will be a 6:30 start time, so we'll be on the air at about 6:15 next Friday night for the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, the kickoff at 6:30. So for Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Roswell. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.